that shit off too. What's good, everybody? Good to see everybody in here. Happy Wednesday. It's a good day. Son, thank you so much for the heart me. I've got some exciting news for everyone, too. What's up, Lizette? Oh, my goodness. Do I have to redo this every fucking time with this sticker? It doesn't just let me fucking redo it. All right, so what we're going to do is new thing up here. Tap and clap as you come in. Y'all know what to do. Share and care. Hold your finger down. Get those shares in. Get the heart me's in quick, fast, in a hurry. Heart me goal 21 for the day to get us kicked off, so please do that if you can. What I am going to do is... Nope. Okay, turn that off. Steve Rod, thank you so much, Steve Rod, for the heart me. What's up, Denise? Janelle, thank you, everybody. Some exciting news. This gift gallery box has my own personal gift back called the Night. It's a African Night animation, and it's one of my favorites, and I'm sure you'll see it a lot this afternoon, but they brought it back. We are going to have a great show today. A lot of videos to cover. I actually turned the multi-guest box off because we're going to cover a lot of stories today. I'm not dealing with any MAGA mush brains in the chat. I know they want to date me, but all the MAGA mush brains that want to date me, specifically insecure MAGA men, my queen has arrived. She's back home. So she's back home from Hawaii. So you really have, you didn't have a chance before. You really have no chance now. Yeah, you have no fucking chance. So you might as well not even hit on me in the chat. It's not happening. The queen has returned. So she's back. Oh, shit. What's going... Myra! Myra is the first one on the African Night gift. Drop that Myra... Drop the Myra sticker. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Magnificent Myra. She kicked off the African Night. We'll be setting that a goal after we get our heart me's in. Thank you, Myra. I appreciate that so much, Myra. New gifting highlight from Myra. I appreciate you. Shorty, what's going on, Shorty? What's up, Lizette? Get your shares in. Everybody get your heart me's in. The quicker that we get the heart me's in, the better, because that helps us on the algorithm. Helps put us on the For You page as well. So get those heart me's in. Thank you so much, Tootie, for the heart me. We should be able to get these in pretty easy. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Nickel. Y'all are doing amazing. Thank you, Monita. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, let me get this thing shared out, too. Share the live out. Let's get up to a couple hundred shares. Everybody getting your heart me's in. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for that night hat, too. I love that one as well. That one's amazing. Both of them are amazing. This is one of my favorite packages. And I don't mean that kind of package, if you know what I mean. This is one of my favorite packages. I don't mean the kind of package that you're thinking now. I can tell you that right now. I don't mean that one. I'm sharing the live. I'm tapping the screen. Or I'm not tapping the screen. I'm sharing the live. I'm trying to get everybody in here right now. So if you can do the same and share that live out 100. Like, hold your finger in the center of the screen. Y'all know what to do. And your friends list is going to pop up on the right. And then what you need to do is, if you can, just choose 2 or 3 people to share it out with. And that way we are hitting everybody in the family. Jenna, thank you so much. Tej, thank you so much. And as soon as we get our heart me's in, we're going to go to my own personal fucking gift called the African Night. And this is only afforded to your boy, the High Yeller Fella, the Live Pro, the Milano Cookie. I'm surprised they don't have a Milano Cookie gift yet for me. But we will. Thank you, Shorty. I appreciate that. What up, T-Money? What I am going to do here is I'm still sharing the thing out. I'm sharing it out with people. What's going on, Nickel Shorty? Thank you so much. What's up, Tish? Do we have the heart me's done yet? Alice, thank you so much. Mia, thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you. All right, let me get people. Let me share this thing out with a couple peeps. Let me share it out with a couple peeps. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Let me get it out to all the peeps. Everybody, tap the screen. Let's get up to 10,000 likes. Share the live. Get your heart me's in. 3 things we need to do before we get going, okay? What's up, D-Town? They got my African Night back, too, which I love. I'm very excited about it. What's up, Maggie? 2 more heart me's. No worries, D. If you cannot gift, that's not a problem at all. All you got to do is tap the screen, share the live, get a heart me in. Heart me 1 coin. Maggie, thank you so much. Straight Warning, thank you so much. Marissa's in the building. Let's get up to 10,000 likes. The first thing I'm going to talk about today as we get going, before I really get into the nitty gritty of the shit today, We'll focus on Comey. The former FBI director, which is being targeted because he is perceived as a political enemy, he is seeking to dismiss the case as vindictive prosecution. Okay, what I'm going to do right now, too, is I'm going to go with the little baby night. Okay, the former FBI director pleaded not guilty today, okay, at a hearing in federal court, which is important. He requested a jury trial, which was set for January 5th, and clarity on the 2 charges against him. This is one of the weakest fucking cases I've ever seen. I put the little mini African Knight helmet up right now just until we get over 100 people in here. Get those heart me's in if you are in here, quick, fast, in a hurry. LP Camp, thank you so much. So this is what happened today. James Comey, the former FBI director, reveled by the President Trump and targeted as a part of his retribution campaign. Thank you, Denise. We love that one. Wait till you see the African Night. Myra already dropped it. I'm going to make that the goal next. Eliza, thank you for the heart me. He pleaded not guilty at his arraignment Wednesday morning in federal court in Alexandria. The judge overseeing, Maggie, thank you so much for the night helmet. The judge overseeing the hearing set a trial date for January 5th, but Mr. Comey's lawyer, Patrick J. Fitzgerald, and again, I'm not a huge fan of Comey. He really fucked Hillary Clinton over with that email thing before the election in 2016, if you don't remember. But anyway, Patrick J. Fitzgerald, which is what I said the entire time, said he intended to file motions to dismiss the case. Gen X, Lisa, thank you so much. Brenda, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. I don't know gliding, probably because they're trying to suppress me. Shorty, thank you so much for the night helmet. This is going to be a quick one before we move it up to my own personal gift called the African Night. Wait until y'all see this one. Myra already threw it, but if you missed it, it's amazing. Thank you, Lizano. Thank you, Detail. The night helmet is fire, isn't it? Wait until you see the African Night on a horse, which is me in my night gear. It's individual. It's what they do for special Milanos. It's a special edition of the Milano cookie. Get those heart me's in. Kelly Chavez, thank you. Linda, thank you so much for the night helmet. Y'all are rolling through this one. Brenda, thank you. Thank you for the harvest. Lizano, thank you. Uma, thank you. I appreciate that. So, Comey's lawyer is trying to have the case dismissed, okay? He's accusing the government of vindictive and selective prosecution based on Mr. Trump's, I call him Quad D, public demand that Comey be prosecuted. Okay? That's what I was thinking about. Someone just said that last night, right? Terry, thank you. Lurlazano, thank you. Who would that somebody be? Mr. Fitzgerald, a former federal prosecutor, also said, thank you, Maggie, for the tomatoes. That the Justice Department's rush, thank you, Maggie, the rush to charge Mr. Comey had left his defense team unclear about the specifics and the counts that he is facing. Lizano, thank you. Cynthia, thank you for the tomatoes. I appreciate that. Just 5 more of those little nights. Let's keep it going. Mr. Comey was indicted last month in a 2-page filing that offered almost no details on the accusations. Thank you so much for the heart me. Don Vito, get that heart me, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Tej, on the night helmet. Wait until you see the African Night if you haven't seen it. It's fucking amazing. We still have not been told who person 3 and who person 1 are. Cynthia, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Cynthia. Thank you. Win Cynthia. Blondie, thank you so much. Referring to the indictment, he later added, we still haven't been told precisely what is count 1 or count 2. Mr. Comey faces 1 count of making false statements and 1 count of obstruction of congressional proceeding in connection with his testimony before a Senate committee hearing in September 2020. He faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted, though many current and former prosecutors believe the case will be difficult to prove. It's a weak-ass case. Tiff D, thank you. Katina, thank you. We got 3 night helmets up top. And then once we hit this smaller one, I'm going to show you my own personal gift called the African Night. It's my own animation. You won't believe it, but that's how special our community is here in the kingdom. They created my own animation. Penelope, thank you so much. Dre Cuts, thank you so much. Dolphin, Tiff D, thank you so much. All right. Live goal achieved. Thank you, Tiff D. Now, Myra already threw one. A lot of people weren't in here. Wait until you see how cool this one is, folks. We're going to put 7 of them up on the board. I know we can do it. It's my favorite one. They brought it back. The High Yeller Feller, the African Night, a.k.a. the Milano Cookie, a.k.a. the Frozen Peppermint Patty, a.k.a. the Frozen Junior Mint. And what you're going to see right now, it's called the African Night Goal. It's right above my head. If you haven't seen it, it's me on a horse in my night gear. It's fucking amazing. Quad D, it means dirty, dingling, dementia. Look at it. Did you just see the African Night animation? Thank you, Matt. Look at Myra. Are you seeing my own special animation on the app? Did y'all see that? W's Maggie. W's Myra in the chat. 50 dubs for both. I got my own fucking animation on TikTok. How fucking cool is that? That's designed for your boy, the African Knight in his night gear. Coach Ramon, thank you for the heart me. Is that not the coolest shit? Drop the Maggie sticker. Drop the Myra sticker. Dolphin, thank you so much. I'm going to keep that up there for a while because it's so fucking amazing. Thank you, Dre Cuts. We haven't seen that one since May. They brought it back upon special request. They brought it back for your boy, the High Yeller Feller. Fabulous, thank you so much. Win Myra, win Maggie, 25 dubs in the chat. Isn't that cool as fuck, Don? So I'm going to be making some highlight videos with that. So I don't think that this case is going to see the light of day in court. I've been saying that since these bogus charges came out and nobody even in the prosecutor's office wanted to work with his new plug-and-play prosecutor in Virginia on the case because it's so fucking weak. Don, thank you so much for the heart me. That's the goal right now. We got about 5 more of those nights. I'm gonna be utilizing that as much as I can because it's so amazing. Oh, you'll see the highlight reel. Yeah, you'll see it. What's up, Tiff? So, Mr. Comey's plea and request for a jury trial were entered in a brief appearance before Judge Michael S. I don't know how you say his last name. Nachmanoff, it looks like. Judge Nachmanoff said he was a little skeptical about the prosecutor's insinuations that the case was complex enough to require extra time. This does not appear to me to be an overly complicated case, he said. The case against Comey, who ordered the investigation into the Trump campaign. He also talked about Hillary's emails. Trump campaign's connections to Russia in 2016, which were supported by one of the Senate committees led by his boy Marco Rubio, also found that they did intervene, or I want to say interfere with the election, and that there were connections. Remember, we had people going to prison, including Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone. We had a number of Russian nationals. We had a lot of people charged and doing prison time. Yeah. His indictment came shortly after the president all but commanded his attorney general to take legal action against Mr. Comey. Senator Adam B. Schiff, a California Democrat, New York's Attorney General Letitia James. Yeah, so we know what it is. Oh, I know about that. Yeah, I know about that, Malay. I know. The case against Mr. Comey proceeded over the opposition of prosecutors in the Eastern District of Virginia. The prosecutor who ultimately handled it was Lindsay Halligan, a White House lawyer hastily installed by Mr. Trump. Again, no experience at all as a prosecutor after her predecessor found insufficient evidence to support an indictment. Mr. Comey's defense is being led by Patrick J. Fitzgerald, who himself was once a prominent federal law enforcement official. As a federal prosecutor in New York and then Chicago, he played a major role in several important, I want to say, T-group cases, and successfully prosecuted 2 former governors of Illinois, Ryan and Blagojevich, in corruption cases. Okay, so he's got a good defense team. Vindication prosecution motions are notoriously difficult to win, but Mr. Trump's continuous vitriol and his repeated attacks against Comey could provide Mr. Comey's defense with an avenue to protect him. Completely agree. We've heard Trump for fucking years talking about trying to go after Comey. I'm talking about since his first administration, since like 2018. Almost fucking over 7 years, almost 8 years. So he's got a strong case. Y'all are doing amazing in here. D-Town, thank you so much. Let's get it up to 50,000. Everybody smash the shit out the likes. Continue to share the live too. Everybody hold your finger down the screen. Share it with 2 or 3 different people. Let's get up over 300 shares, quick, fast, and a hurry, and now we can get to 500. Also, let's get to 50,000 likes and 100,000 likes. Yes, we also need 5 more African Nights. If you want to see my own personalized animation right above my head, they gave me my own damn animation. It's cool as fuck. If you are rolling in from the For You page, drop a follow. Drop a follow, okay? Let's see like 5 more nights. They're cool as fuck. Also, we only have like 2 more things to light up in the gallery, a lion and a uni. Let's do that by Saturday. Let's make that the goal, too. We could easily do that. It's Wednesday. My queen, Shauna, has returned. I feel like a new man. I'm rejuvenated. Much better sleep with the coach. My beautiful queen laying right next to me. So I am rejuvenated. I'm ready to go on today's show. And, yeah, we're gonna have a great show. Tonight we'll return. We'll watch some of the Yankees. We won't talk sports tonight. We had a really fun one last night. I want to continue to do that every weeknight and over the weekend. It's just good for our mental health. Lady Bree, thank you so much for the heart me. If you don't have your heart me in yet, get that heart me in top left of your screen. M. Lynch, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Maggie's back. Jackie, thank you so much. Smash those likes. LP Camp, thank you so much. Let me share this thing out a couple more times with our family in here. Let's make sure that we try to get everybody everything. We got a good show, so I don't want people missing any of this shit today. If you're missing today, you're missing out a little bit. I just want to tell you that because we got some good shit to get into. All right, I wanted to start out with the Comey, though, because he's tried to distract us from the Epstein files. Guess what? He can't, because I'm going to stay on that shit today. Thank you, Lion Hunter, so much for the heart me. I appreciate that. Tanya, thank you so much. I appreciate you on that little beautiful, what is that, a little beautiful butterfly? I appreciate it. Ladybug, thank you, Ladybug, for the heart me. Sabrina, thank you for the roses. All the populars, they all do help us get pushed out. Coach Ramon, thank you for the night helmet. I appreciate that. 353 likes, which is amazing. Keep it going. We want to get everybody in here that we can. And because before I really get into the nitty gritty, I'm going to wait for a couple hundred people in here to get up to 50,000 likes. Yeah, Pam Bondi, I know you mean. I'll play it again. Yeah, I've got it up. The one that doesn't answer questions, that Pam Bondi. I'll play it. We'll do a little reiteration from yesterday. Yeah.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this. You won't do it today, but eventually you will.
There's been public reporting that Jeffrey Epstein showed people photos of President Trump with half-naked young women. Do you know if the FBI found those photographs in their search of Jeffrey Epstein's safe or premises or otherwise? Have you seen any such thing?
You know, Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump left and right, when you're the one who was taking money from one of Epstein's closest confidants, I believe.
Thank you, Maggie, for that. I love you. I love you too.
Correct me, Reid Hoffman, who was with Jeffrey Epstein on multiple occasions. And the senator sitting right next to you tried to block the flight logs from being released. Yet you're grilling me on President Trump and some photograph with Epstein? Come on.
The question is, did the FBI find those photographs that have been discussed publicly by a witness who claimed Jeffrey Epstein showed them to him? You don't know anything about that? Okay.
There's the face. No answer. That's her answer. That's her answer.
Okay.
That's her answer right there. That's not an answer. Not a no. What the fuck is that answer? That's not a fucking answer, folks. What is that? She froze. No answer. No, nothing. Yeah. That's not a fucking answer. Oh, I know those pictures are there. We're going to get to that today. I just had to fucking put that again. That's not an answer. By the way, if you're joining us, we've got the African Night gift back. It's my own personalized animation on TikTok that they've given to the African Kingdom. Yeah, she didn't say no. But remember, mind you, she did not say no. Coffee, thank you so much. Yeah, no, she didn't answer the question. No, she didn't answer any question. She froze up. Yeah. I'll check it, Dolphin. I will. I got a pretty heavy show today with clips and interviews with Epstein victims, since we're going to stay on this. Now that we got 203 fucking people in here, she didn't want to perjure herself. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's an answer. Coffee, thank you so much. What's up, Patty? If you are joining, first thing you got to do is get a heart me in. Second thing that you can do is make sure that you share the live. Yes, Ruben Gallego accused MAGA Mike Johnson today of wanting to protect 3 PDOs. He's 100% right, by the way. Right to his face, too. Melissa, thank you so much for the heart me. Marissa, thank you so much for the heart me. Biatch, thank you for the heart me. 5 African night gifts above. If you've never seen it before, it's me on a horse in night gear. TikTok likes to release that every few months for the African Kingdom because they know how special our community is. That is my own animation. It's the gift goal up top. You're going to fucking really like it if you haven't seen it before. We got 5 more of them left. It's my favorite. Look at Marissa. Look at it. Look at me on that horse. Did you just see me? When Marissa, drop that Marlon Marissa sticker. We've got many highlights today. Did you just see that shit? My own African Night. I saw it, Dre Cut, Stephen Miller. My own African Night animation on TikTok. That's amazing. Terry, thank you. Rosie, Rob, thank you so much. And thank you, TikTok, for giving me my own animation. We're going to be dropping it as much as we can. It's fucking amazing. Thank you so much, Marissa. Thank you, Lynn. Whatever live can you go to in which they have their own TikTok animation? I haven't seen one yet. I'll wait. Julie, thank you so much. Boomer, thank you so much. Rob, thank you so much. Marissa, thank you for the cool night hat, too. Where can you go to see someone's own fucking their own animation? Yeah, D-Town, thank you so much. No, the Dolphin isn't around as much. I mean, maybe you can go to Dolphin and see hers, but I don't think that one's available as much. I rarely see the Dolphin, although I do love the Dolphin. Appreciate it. Maggie, thank you so much. Win Rob in the chat on the populars, I appreciate it. Chris Mack, thank you for the Guardian wings. I love it. Thank you, Chris. How cool is that African Night, by the way? It's fucking really cool. Thank you for the Guardian wings. Chris Mack, thank you for the Guardian. M. Renee, thank you so much. Patty, thank you for dropping my own animation. Drop that Patty sticker in the chat. We got 3 more of them things. It's the coolest thing on TikTok. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells me. That's the coolest shit. 25 doves for Myra, 25 doves for Patty, 25 doves for Marissa, 25 doves for Maggie. They're throwing all them things. So since we got into that, I am going to talk about some more of the Epstein victims today. I'm not calling them victims. I'm calling them survivors because they're survivors. Because I'm not going to forget. And again, if you missed the interview yesterday, or I played it yesterday, but if you missed Quad D lying about knowing anything about Ghislaine Maxwell, I'll play that for you too as denial. Caitlin Collins grilled him yesterday, and this was his response. Thank you, Patty, so much. This was his response. This is fucking wild work. That he doesn't know anything about her.
Yeah. They rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're open to?
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
I haven't heard the name in so long.
I haven't heard the name in so long. Your own DOJ with Pam such and such and Todd Blanche is the deputy AG that went to interview her for 9 hours across 2 days. Released the transcripts of their interview on August 22nd. So that will be about 6 weeks ago. So you have surely heard her name very recently. And I'm sure your deputy AG, when he decided to move her to a minimum security prison in Texas, a camp, I'm pretty sure you knew about that. So it has not been very long since you've heard her name. Secondly, I don't know if you remember, but a number of the survivors, some that even testified at her case, her trial, in which she was found guilty, 20 years in federal prison. Thank you so much, Alice, for the night helmet. They showed up in Washington, D.C. when you did a flyover to try to mute them. And that was just a few weeks ago. So you've definitely heard her name. So lie number 1.
I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what happened?
They said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
Right, sir?
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it. I will speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So, but I will speak to.
He doesn't know anything about it. So you didn't know anything about it when your DOJ moved her from the prison in Florida. Thank you so much for the kissing birds, Maggie. When your DOJ moved her from a prison in Florida to the least restrictive prison camp in the prison system less than 2 months ago, you didn't know anything about that? You don't know anything about her trial? You don't know anything about shit, but you're just having your DOJ fucking move her without knowing anything about it. That doesn't really seem like it's too believable, right, Coffee? 25th Amendment, I wish, but you know that's not going to happen because that would require the Republicans having a backbone, and we know that they don't have a backbone. Look at MAGA Mike Johnson right now, doing everything he can to prevent my leader, Adelita Grijalva, 7th District of Arizona, House Rep. He won't even sign her in because that's signature number 218 on the discharge petition. 3 more African nights to go to meet the goal, by the way. So I'll continue, and then I'm getting into the survivors.
To the DOJ.
Why would she be a candidate for clemency, sir?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to speak to the DOJ. I'll look at it.
You don't know why she would be a candidate for clemency? Well, why don't you look at the transcript from the trial? and the jury verdict and what she was found guilty of. Or have somebody read it to you, because we know you probably can't or don't read. So have someone read it to you. And then you can know exactly what she was in prison for, since you don't seem to know anything about fuck.
I have a lot of people have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
But she was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I have to ask DOJ.
I have a lot of people ask me for pardons. Some people call him Puff Daddy. Some people call him Puffy. Some people call him Sean Puffy Combs. You know, ironically, some people also call me Puffy. But it's for a very different reason. I look like the State Puff Marshmallow Man. I also have puffy cankles filled with Duke's mayo. So some people, we have that in common too. We also like them young, but we're both puffy. We're both called Puffy, ironically. So we call him Sean Puffy Combs. I call him Puff Daddy. People call me the State Puff Marshmallow Man. A lot in common. We both like to essay women. So we have a lot in common. I have puffy cankles. A lot in common with Puff Daddy. A lot of people ask me for pardons. So he doesn't know shit about Ghislaine. He doesn't know shit about her case. He has to ask the DOJ, even though we looked up the fucking transcript of the trial. We looked up the transcript of the jury verdict. It's actually on the State Department website. Very easy for him to find what her case was all about if he is unfamiliar. Yeah, crazy, right? Crazy. So that was his statement, and now we're going to get into some more survivors, okay? His weak voice is screaming, failing body, right, Julie? 3 more African nights up top, by the way, if you are in here. We got about 230 people in here. Smash those likes up to 100,000 likes. If you want to see a very cool African night, it is right above my head. We've got 4 down, 3 to go. It's my favorite fucking gift in the toolbox right now, in the gift box. So let's drop it like it's hot. Let's hit 3 more. That would be amazing. I appreciate everybody here. So now what I'm going to do, I found some great interviews. Thank you, Maggie, so much for the night helmet. Welcome in, Captain. We're talking about the Epstein files again. We're talking about Epstein survivors. And I'm even going to play a interview that happened about 4 weeks ago with somebody that we know in here that used to be referred to as Donald Trump's former fixer. I know that you know I have a relationship with this person, but there was a very interesting interview that came out about a month ago involving a survivor that's named was Katie Johnson. And if you don't know who Katie Johnson is, I'll explain that when we get to the clip. But it doesn't look promising about trying to conceal information about potential survivors. Captain, thank you so much for the heart me. D-Town, thank you so much. Win Captain in the chat. Yeah, you know her. Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon, for the African night. That is my own special animation that TikTok has designed for me this month in October. As you can see, the African night, that is my own fucking personal animation. Thank you, Shannon. We got 2 more, 25 dubs in the chat on Shannon. We only got 2 more of those to hit to go. It's my favorite animation. So let's keep dropping it like it's hot if we can. Isn't it cool, Julie? They made that specially for the kingdom. You won't see that anywhere else. You won't see that anywhere else in America. Only here in the African kingdom where you're going to get access to the night. Melly, thank you so much for the popular. So we're going to go over some survivors, okay? So the first clip I'm going to play is an interview with a survivor. Let me make sure I can find it. Her name is Annie Farmer. So if I can actually pull it up, I had it pulled up before. I don't know why I can't pull it up now. Hold on. I will find it, folks. I will find it. I promise you. Where the fuck is it? I had it pulled up earlier. Let me go back to it. Fuck. History. I'll get there. This is the first interview I'm going to play. Annie Farmer. Whoops. What's her name? No, Maria Farmer. Maria Farmer's sister, Annie, testified at Ghislaine's trial. Okay, she was one of the key witnesses to getting Ghislaine Maxwell convicted. All right. So let me see this. I'm bringing that up first. All right. This is a good interview. If I can fucking find it. I don't know why the fuck I can't find it. I legitimately just had this shit up today. I closed the window for some reason, and I don't know why the fuck I closed it. Hold on. I will find it, folks. Give me 1 second. What the fuck, man? Where is this shit? Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. Take your time. I just had this shit up today, and now I can't fucking find it, which is really fucking annoying me. I'll find it. Give me 1 sec. All right, here she is. So this is good. This is...
My next guest is promised is Maria.
This is Maria Farmer. She is the sister of Annie Farmer. I'm just going to play the audio because when I put up actual video clips. Now, her story is about kind of being cornered by Quad D, Trump, and Schmeppes in his office in the early 90s. She went to authorities in 1996 once she found out that her sister had also been approached by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and was a victim of SA, I believe, the New Mexico ranch he had. So her shit is documented. She didn't just come out. She came out 30 years ago with these accusations and implored the fucking, the authorities, police officers. She was told to go to the FBI. She employed the authorities to look deep into Epstein and his relationship with young girls, and nobody did anything about it. Okay, so this is her on CNN with Aaron Burnett, and she's talking about her experiences with Epstein and Quad D, okay?
Who says Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sexually assaulted her. So she says she saw Trump at Epstein's office late at night in 1995.
By the way, she was also, not only her sister, she was also a survivor of the abuse. Thank you, Bill, for the night helmet. We got 2 more African Knights above my head, too. Let's knock them down. Let's get up to 100,000 likes. Cat Captain, thank you so much for the night helmet. African Knight is right above me. It's me on a horse in my night gear. It's fucking amazing, in my armor. All we need is 2 more to hit the goal, then I'll drop it down to something else really cool. It helps us get pushed out of the algorithm, too, so I appreciate it. Let's get up to 100,000 likes. We need 11 more shares for 400 shares on the live, too, so let's do that as well. We're doing fucking amazing in here. Doing amazing. Okay, I'm going to play this first. So, again, she is also a survivor as well as her sister, okay?
My next guest, as promised, is Maria Farmer, who says Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sexually assaulted her. So she says she saw Trump at Epstein's office late at night in 1995. At the time, she was 25 years old. Epstein had just hired Farmer, who was an artist, to help him acquire art. Farmer urged the FBI to look at Trump's connections to Epstein twice, in 1996 and again in 2006, which, of course, means Trump's name could very well be in those government files that the administration is refusing to release. Maria Farmer is now suing the government to try to get the unredacted files about the allegations she brought forward about Epstein. Now, President Trump has not been the target of any investigation related to Epstein, nor has he been accused of any criminal wrongdoing in this case.
Win Shannon in the chat. She leveled up to 47. Win Shannon in the chat for leveling up to 47 as a gifter in our live. That's incredible. So this is going to be Maria Farmer. She is the sister of Annie Farmer. Annie Farmer was also testified at the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. She was also essayed by both Ghislaine and fucking Jeffrey Schmeppes, okay?
Maria Farmer is out front now for her first television interview,
I'll show it to
sharing
you.
her story since filing her lawsuit, and she is joined by her attorney, Jennifer Freeman. Thanks very much to both.
So
Maria, I want to give everyone a chance to understand exactly what happened here. I mean, you said that Jeffrey Epstein calls you to come to his office and you go, and then you're sitting there waiting and Donald Trump walks in. What happened?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for having me on, Aaron. I really appreciate it because I need to say up front that I've waited 3 decades to be able to even be heard about this because the government has not held any of the people I reported accountable.
So she's waited 30 years to do any TV interviews about this. And now she's also suing the government. It is a beautiful day. And yes, her name is Ghislaine Maxwell. It's a way that we won't get flagged too. So I'm playing what her experiences with Quad D and Jeffrey Schmeppes in the offices in New York. And again, she is also a victim of Ghislaine and Jeffrey Schmeppes, okay?
And so basically the night before I went in, before I began working for Epstein, he called me at very late in the evening and asked me to come up to the Helmsley Palace offices. And I didn't even have money for a subway token. It's kind of embarrassing. So I had to go running up there. And so I told Epstein, I'll be up there. It'll probably take me until like 9. He's like, okay.
Hold on, did what the fuck come in here? What the fuck? Everybody drop that what the fuck in the chat. Don't be sneaking in here, what the fuck. We love you, what the fuck. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you.
So I get there and I'm waiting. It's dark.
Thank you, Moon.
Like there's no light on in the offices. And I thought that was really weird. So I'm seated against the wall in the main part of the offices and just waiting for Epstein. And he says, I'll be out in a minute, you know, and he's got the door closed. And then a few minutes later,
Thank you,
this
Vicky.
man walks in a business suit, kind of tall, imposing. And I immediately was like, that's Donald Trump. What's he doing here? I'm supposed to be working for Epstein and interviewing with him. Why is Donald Trump here? And
thank you, Hooked on a Feeling. I appreciate you. What's up, Rosie Rob? Also, my African Night gift is back. It's right above my head. It's me. No other live are you going to see the African Night animation. It's specially designed for the kingdom. We got 2 more. It's my favorite one on the app ever, is my African Night. So go check it out. We meet the goal. We reset it to something else. I appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Let's knock it down. Let's keep this thing flowing, okay? I'm playing. This is Maria Farmer, her first television interview about her experiences with Schmeppes and Quad D at Schmepstein's New York offices. Now, she was also a survivor of SA of Schmepstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And her younger sister was also, what the fuck? Thank you so much, what the fuck? My gonads went all up into my chest when I hit that high note right there. Win what the fuck in the chat. 25 fucking dubs in the chat for what the fuck. Dropping the African Night. Isn't that the coolest fucking animation you'll ever see? Dropping the African Night animation. Win what the fuck. What the fuck?
he walked up about, a few feet from me and just stood over me in a very imposing way.
This is Trump.
And looked at me like he was in on some secret or something. It was really weird, like smirking, kind of. And I felt threatened, so I made an ugly face. And when I made that ugly face, Epstein walked out from the offices on this side. Trump's standing here, I'm here. And he walks out of his office and he goes, oh, no. He was laughing at me. And he goes, she's not here for you. Follow me, right? And he escorts him in to this other room.
Did you just hear that? Oh, no. She's not here for you. And escorts him into another room. She's talking about Schmeppes and Trump right now. And Trump kind of intimidated her, stood over her, and she made an icky face. Yeah, we're still going. This is crazy.
And I always wondered, who was she in there? Was someone in there, right? And I have no way of knowing, nothing. But I felt very intimidated because I had on running shorts and I was vulnerable, sweaty, just a nobody in an office with these 2 men. It felt very predatory and uncomfortable. I have to say that when I made that ugly face, he backed off. It wasn't like he was aggressive after that, but he made a really vulgar comment following. And I don't know if it was like, like locker room talk in the 90s, the way.
No, it's not locker room talk. That's not a thing. That's just what Trump says to get away with predatory, disgusting language, and his fucking community eats it right up. No, Nia's good. Nia, I think, follows us. Well, I don't know, maybe not. It's Schmepstein, Schmeppes. If you can't figure it out, we can't say their name. Yeah, so, yeah, not locker room talk. We know, like, predatory SA talk is probably what they mean.
Men were, but he made a joke to Epstein, oh, I thought she was 16. And I thought that was so strange because at the time my sister was 15 actually. And I didn't think it was funny. She was 15.
Yeah.
So strange. Men were, but he made a joke to Epstein, oh, I thought she was 16. And I thought that was so strange because at the time my sister was 15 actually. And
by the way, her sister was SA'd and raped by Schmeppes and Ghislaine Maxwell when she was 16. So about a year after that. Yeah.
I didn't think it was funny, even though it was just a little bit inappropriate, but I thought.
A little bit?
I don't know what it was.
No, it's more than a little bit inappropriate, I think. Ginger Snap, thank you so much. Like, she's being nice about it. That's a lot more than inappropriate. Thank you so much, Ginger Snap, for the heart me. One more African night up top, by the way. Let's knock that down, and then we'll drop it down to something else. I appreciate everybody being in it. Oh, yeah, she's definitely scared. This is her first TV interview in 30 years. She went to authorities in 1996 about this, then again in 2006. Once she found out that her little sister was also essayed by both Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Schmeppes at their New Mexico ranch. So we're talking about 30 years of the federal authorities, including the FBI and local law enforcement, not doing a damn thing about it to anybody involved.
But anyway, and then they entered that room.
So Epstein says she's not for you. And then when did Trump make the comment about your age? Again, you were 25 at the time, right? So, I mean, you were a 25-year-old woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
But
I was
it
a woman,
after Epstein
right.
said that comment that he made the comment about age, or?
Yes. So he first said, no, she's not here for you, which immediately made me feel weird. Like,
no worries.
Was there someone there, right, in that other room? And
can you imagine if there actually was an underage girl in the next room? Like in the New York offices? That's what I'm thinking. Like, what if there was somebody else in the other room and it was like an underage girl? We have no idea. Like, she even said, I was concerned, was there somebody else in the other room? Like, that's some sickening shit right there. Thank you, Donna, for the heart me. I appreciate that. Yeah, she seems to believe there was.
And so that's another reason I was nervous. And so as soon as he said that, laughed, I made the face, all that stuff, they started to walk away and did that other room where he's escorting him. He goes, come with me. And he takes Trump into this other room in the offices at 9 o'clock at night. And there's no one else that I know of in these offices, but was someone in that room. So I always wondered what that was about. And anyway, that comment was made under his breath as they were entering that room.
As they were entering that room.
I thought it was rude. I don't care what age I was. Like, it's rude to say.
Which, Jennifer, I guess.
Thank you, Tej. Win Tej on the African night. 25 dubs in the chat for Tej. Tej, how fucking cool is that? Thank you so much, Tej. Thank you, everybody, on hitting the African night goal. I really love that one. One of my favorite ones. It's not always available here in the kingdom. So when it is, I make sure that we can get it in because it's so fabulous. I really appreciate you. I'm going to drop it down now to something else we can all get down on. Oh, let's do some autumn leaves. It is autumn. We love autumn. We're going to do some autumn leaves in here. This one's awesome, too. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Amazing. Kim Bless, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the heart me. Appreciate you. We are doing awesome in here. 260 people in here. Appreciate you. Yeah, so isn't that crazy? So this is one of the stories I wanted to cover because I said, I'm not letting this Schmepstein shit die. Sorry. I'm not letting it unalive. I'm not going to stop talking about it. If other lives don't talk about it a few times a week, that's on them. I'm fucking talking about it. I'm not giving this up. We need to continue to talk about these survivors. We need to keep this fucking story in the news. And I got another story on this today, too. Okay? Thank you, Mad Catter. Oh, those are cool as fuck. Thank you, Mad Catter. How cool are those autumn? How cool. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Win Mad Catter for kicking us off on the autumn leaves. That's a really cool one. Did you see the leaves dropping on my bald head? That was really cool. Callie, Cat Captain, the Secret Society. That's a good one. That's a good gift for these people, these sick fuckers in the Schmepstein circle, right? Secret Society. Oh, I'm continuing, Mona Lisa. So this is one of the victims, and again, not victims, survivors, and her sister was also a survivor. Coffee, thank you so much for the Pharaoh. I love the Egyptian king. Thank you so much, Coffee. I appreciate that. 10 more autumn leaves up top. I'm with you. Thank you so much. Yep, release the files. I just heard like somebody just said I haven't looked it up today yet, but the so-called ceasefire deal between H Group and Israel is off right now. Big fucking shocker there. Maggie, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. I'll get into that maybe tomorrow. Callie, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. Win Callie 20 dubs. Drop the Maggie sticker. I love that one. Yeah, didn't I tell you that wasn't going to be fucking agreed upon by H Group because they had further demands? Anytime Trump says something is done, it means the opposite. TikTok deal done, opposite. Gold citizenship cards done, opposite. Trump care done, opposite. Wall done, opposite. Closed border done, opposite. It just means that nothing is actually getting done. Right? That's what it means. When he says something, trade deal done, opposite. Well, tariffs, if you think about Rhonda, if you're congressman, if you're talking about tariffs, if the exporting countries hate tariffs, I think I know what you're trying to get me to say. It's a complicated question. Tariffs. Shauna is home. Yes, she is. My queen is home. So MAGA men, eat your hearts out. You can't ask me out on a date anymore. My queen is here. She will fight you. I'm tired of y'all insecure men trying to get a date with me. It's not going to work. So this is one of the unalivers. One of the other survivors, excuse me. Cat Captain, thank you for the TikTok crown. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Cat Captain. We love you, Cat Captain. Say hi to Shadow today. Say hi to the captain. Say hi to Freddie. We love them all. We love them all. 8 more autumn trees up top. Yep, Bill. So the next story I'm going to get into, which is relevant because just about 4 weeks ago, Robert, thank you so much. We love your nostrils. He said, don't forget the nostrils. I'll never forget the nostrils. We got 99 left on a goal for anybody that wants to contribute maybe through Vimo or C app. Okay, so that's right above here, 99. Rob kicked us off here. Thank you, Rob. So we got 99 left on that. Yes, well, I love your nostrils out. Oh, wow, Marissa. A uniform. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you so much for the uniform. Mauling Marissa in the chat. Thank you so much, Mauling Marissa. Shannon, thank you for the breakthrough. Y'all are doing amazing in here. This is a cool little gift box, isn't it? Shannon, thank you for the breakthrough. Thank you again for the breakthrough, Shannon. We got 8 autumn leaves up. I really love that one. It's fall. Shannon, we can all get involved. So if you don't remember Katie Johnson is a woman that filed a lawsuit in 2016. Okay, so that was right before fucking Trump got into office. He was running, and he won the election in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. She had filed federal lawsuits accusing Quad D of raping her 2 decades ago when she was 13 years old. She abruptly canceled a news conference in November. This was on November 2nd, 2016, so during the election cycle, in which she was to detail her extraordinary claims against the GOP presidential nominee at the time. In the most recent lawsuit, Trump's accuser asserts that while she was exploring a modeling career in 1994, this was how Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Schmeppes often fucking lured young girls into their orbit. They promised them an in the modeling world. Remember, they hung out and knew people like, what's his name, Wexner with Victoria's Secret. Remember, you saw Schmeppes and Quad D at a lot of different Victoria's Secret fashion shows together. So that's how they lured a lot of young girls in. So she asserts that while she was exploring a modeling career in 1994, she attended a series of parties at the Manhattan home of prominent investor Jeffrey Schmeppes. Again, we've got many videos and photos of a lot of these different parties. She alleges that during those parties, the real estate mogul tied her to a bed and, let's say, essayed her, but it rhymes with grape. Let's say that, okay? Attorney and legal commentator Lisa Bloom announced earlier Wednesday, and this is November of 2016 again, that the woman would appear at Bloom's Woodland Hills law office at 3 p.m. local time and apparently give up the Jane Doe pseudonym used in her recent suit. So she filed a lawsuit known as Jane Doe. This is Katie Johnson again. However, at the appointed hour, Bloom said the news conference was off. Jane Doe has received numerous threats today, Bloom said. She told the assembled journalists and TV cameras she has decided she is too afraid to show her face. She is in terrible fear. Bloom apologized to the press corps but declined to answer any shouted questions. Thank you so much, Callie, for the house hat. I appreciate that so much. Win Callie in the chat. She just sent like fucking 5 house hats. Thank you, Callie, on the house hats. I greatly appreciate it. Queen B, it says you're going to lose your sub soon. Maybe that's why you haven't had your renewed one. Win Callie in the chat on the house hats. 25 dubs for Callie. Thank you so much, Callie. I appreciate that. I love that house hat. Shauna is here, Terry. Yes, you'll see her. She'll probably come out and say hi at some point. I appreciate you. We got 8 more autumn leaves up top, by the way. 8 more autumn leaves up top. We can do this together. We got about 300 people in here. Keep smashing those likes to 200,000 likes, too, if you can. Through his attorney, Quad D flatly denied the anonymous woman's allegations. He claimed they were categorically untrue. It is completely frivolous, it's baseless, it's irresponsible, his attorney, Alan Garton, told Politico in September. I won't even discuss the merits because it gives credibility that it doesn't deserve. That's what he claims. The woman making the claims is referred to as Jane Doe in the most recent court complaints filed in New York, but as Katie Johnson in a similar suit filed in California earlier this year. I loudly pleaded with defendant Quad D to stop, but he did not. This is according to Katie Johnson. Jane Doe wrote in a formal declaration accompanying her recent suits. Defendant Trump responded to my pleas by violently striking me in the face with his open hand and screaming that he would do whatever he wanted. That's pretty crazy, huh? Immediately following this essay, defendant Quad D threatened me that were I ever to reveal any of the details of defendant Quad D's schmexual and PA of me, my family and I would be physically harmed, if not unalived. Shannon, thank you so much for the crustaceans. So this is what she wrote, she outlined in the testimony. Doe names Quad D and Jeffrey Epstein as defendants in the suits and says that they knew she was well under 17, the age of consent. I understood that both Mr. Quad D and Mr. Schmeppes knew that I was 13 years old, she wrote. A lawyer for Schmepstein, ironically, declined to comment on the lawsuit. Quad D's accuser also submitted declarations from two other women. Both were anonymous. One says she worked as a party planner for Schmeppes, and she was tasked with getting attractive adolescent women to attend these parties, quote unquote, and personally witnessed the plaintiff being forced to perform various S-acts with Quad D and Mr. Schmepstein. Witness. A witness, folks. The other woman says she attended school with Quad D's accuser at the time and was also told by her about being subject to the schmexual contact by the defendant at parties in New York City during the summer of 1994. Another witness. For all you Trumpers that say there's no evidence and she's making it up, two witnesses. About a decade ago, Schmeppes came under investigation, as we know, by local and federal authorities near his Palm Beach, Florida home over allegations that solicited underage girls to have schmecks with him, that residence and other on an island he owned at the U.S. Virgin Islands. So now we've got two witnesses to MAGA swear a woman is lying, even though this happened, 1994? So we're talking about over 30 years ago. Bill, thank you so much. Win Quad D. It's Trump. We call him Dirty Dingling Dementia Donnie, Stephanie, here, because you get flagged if you say his name too much, and I don't want to get flagged. Bill, thank you so much. 25 dubs in the chat for Bill Enright on the autumn leaves. That's the goal up there right now. We got 7 more. Nikki J, thank you so much. How do you know, Calypso? Notice she hasn't been sued, by the way. Notice she hasn't been attacked by Quad D in the media, by the way. Notice that, right? When have you ever heard Trump attack her, Quad D? Right? Notice he hasn't sued her or Michael Wolff or the Farmer sisters. He won't even touch elevator buttons, right? You notice that? When has he called her name out? When has he called the Farmers, Maria Farmer that I just put on the screen, that I just played the interview previously? When have you ever heard him attack these women? I haven't, and call them liars. Remember, he even attacked E. Jean Carroll. You notice how he hasn't said shit about Katie Johnson? You notice how he hasn't said shit about the Farmer sisters? Notice that? By name, never. Diane Lynn, thank you so much. Or Michael Wolff, who's an author that documented a lot of the relationship between Schmeppes and Quad D. Notice that? Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? By the way, if you're new in here scrolling by from the For You page, make sure you drop a follow top left of your screen. We do this every day. We do it from about 1:30 Arizona time to about 3:30 or 4 Arizona time. We take a break. We come back at night, but we just hang out at night. Yeah, this is great today, too. Mods, we haven't seen like any MAGA mush brains in the chat. Isn't this amazing? It's amazing, right? So this gets deeper. About a month ago, a guy that we know, he used to be pretty prominent on this app. Now he's over on SUB Stack. We still communicate with him. We still have relationships with him. He was known as the Fixer. I don't know if you know who he was. Wrote a couple books. Some of us met each other in this community. He handled some payments for somebody named Stormy Daniels. I don't know the name, but somebody named Stormy and somebody named Karen McDougal's. Yeah, he arranged those payouts. He has long claimed that he doesn't know anything about Jeffrey Schmeppes. He doesn't know anything about any of these cases. He doesn't know anything about Ghislaine Maxwell, never met any of them. He did a very interesting interview about 4 weeks ago, which suggests that the Katie Johnson case was in his orbit as the fixer in 2016. And he actually admits it without admitting it in an interview with Tara Palmeri. Tara Palmeri is a journalist. She worked with ABC News. She worked with Politico. She worked with the Washington Examiner, and I think she also did some work for the New York Post, which I don't really respect the New York Post, but the other publications aren't bad. She did an interview about 4 weeks ago, and I'm going to play some of it, and then I'm going to play an analysis. I'm going to give you my analysis, and I'm going to play some other analysis that this is Katie Johnson, and he actually describes her lawsuits, but then says it wasn't her, it was someone else. But then says he didn't know about the case and that another firm handled it. So none of it really adds up, but it looks like he was asked to handle this case. And he actually says what he actually did to handle the case, which is crazy. You know, ever say he tries to say that he doesn't know about it. Yeah. Right, Dia? Yeah. So I'm going to play some of the interview here, and I'm going to flash it on the screen in and out. But just listen. Just fucking listen. And a lot of the shit isn't adding up, okay? It's crazy. Savage, thank you so much. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So this is Tara Palmeri. This is from about a month ago. And she's asking him about, essentially what this conversation is about the Jeffrey Schmeppes, the birthday card story that was leaked by the Wall Street Journal in the birthday book. And then it's about the Katie Johnson case and what he knew and if he knew Schmeppes and if he knew Ghislaine Maxwell. But the timing is crazy.
Organization and special counsel to Trump. And I have been very, very clear. And some people, you know, there's a whole slew, including some folks that are with us today trying to troll, that turn around and say shit like, oh, you know, I'm covering for Trump, or, you know, I've bent the knee and I'm on Trump's.
Yeah.
I have never met Jeffrey Epstein. I have never spoken to Jeffrey Epstein. I've never texted with him or anyone on his behalf. I never saw him at the Trump
I don't give a
org,
fuck.
never came to visit, never heard Donald speaking to him, was never asked by Donald to get him onto the phone. There was no relationship with him by the time that I started. Now, I want to be clear, and I say this.
Okay, I'm rotating between my face and the interview because if I do it for more than like 30 seconds, they're going to flag me. So just notice, when you see me, I'm still going to play it, but I'm just rotating between your visual and the audio, okay? Just so, thank you, I don't give a fuck. By the way, if you are joining us for the first time too, thank you, I don't give a fuck on the Autumn Leaves. I do have my own specially designed TikTok animation. It's called The Night. It's in the gift box. We've already seen 7 of them. It's my favorite one. But check that out in the gallery box. It's amazing. It's me on a horse in my knight armor. So he's talking about, like, it gets juicy here. It gets juicy.
All the time. I came into Trump's orbit again in 2007. I cannot speak from firsthand knowledge on anything that preceded me, despite what I know people want. They want to hear, you know, me turn around and say something. I'm not here to appease people, right, for their claps or for your applause or your clickbait. If I turn around and I discredit myself by making a false statement about the relationship or something that you want me to say that I know that I don't, that just takes away from my credibility, and I have no interest in doing that.
Yeah, no, I'm more just curious because, you know, I know that he was still remained friends with Ghislaine Maxwell. And what was your impression when meeting her? What
I never met her. You see, this is the whole problem. I've never met Ghislaine. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein. There's so much misinformation, disinformation, malinformation about me, which goes all the way back to the Steele dossier. I've just never done it.
Yeah.
I've never met her. I've never spoken to her. And as far as the only case
Here you go.
that I was involved with,
Here you go.
was a Jane Doe, an infant, buying through her mom.
Now remember who I just said Jane Doe was. Katie Johnson. In the lawsuit, she was referred to as Jane Doe. Okay? Just keep that in mind.
Mary Jane Doe, right, as legal guardian. That case was dismissed not because of anything that I spoke to the lawyers, and I've talked about this a million times. I turn around and I receive this summons and a complaint, and the averments in it are awful. They're despicable. It talks about basically rape of an underage female, claiming and alleging that Donald was involved in it and all that other nonsense. I ended up taking a private investigator and trying to find out who this person was.
Now, that is a very weird thing to do. If there is a lawsuit against somebody that you are representing or a fixer for, and there is a legal lawsuit filed in court, why the fuck are you hiding a private investigator to try to go see anything that you can learn about the victim? What is the purpose of that? The lawsuit has already been filed. What are you trying to do by hiring a private investigator after a lawsuit is already filed? What good is the private investigator going to do? Exactly, Aaron. That seems like a weird move. That seems like a move that you would make if you were trying to intimidate see, I'm just going to play the audio, okay? Because I just got a warning. So I'm going to play just the audio and not the images. So I'm just going to continue to play the audio. I wanted you to see some of his facial expressions. But I'm just going to play the audio because every time I fucking play video clips, I get a flag. So anyway, you do not hire a private investigator unless you're trying to get dirt on somebody. If they're already represented in a lawsuit, you don't need to hire a private investigator to see who the plaintiff is. That's fucking weird as fuck, first off. So I just want to say that first. I'm just playing the audio, so I'm not going to play his facial expressions. They start getting a little uneasy, as she is doing a great job with this interview, by the way. But as she continues to get deeper into this shit, I just want you to continue to listen to his responses.
And we went to the address that allegedly this minor lived at in the Bronx.
No, we're okay, Tony.
Well, lo and behold, the investigator responds back and says the only thing that's there is an empty parking lot. There's no building there. It's an empty lot. And so I reached out to the lawyers and I asked.
Oh, nice. You followed Terry Palmeri, the interviewer here, because of this interview. It's great. And because we're talking about, this is Schmepstein week. We're talking about Schmepstein. We're talking about the files. I want to stay focused. This shit can't be, people are covering for fucking Quad D. It's fucking obvious. He wants to suppress these files for a reason. Okay?
Have you ever met your client? And their answer was no. I said, well, how the hell did you sign the case
So
up?
now what he's trying to do is discredit this case as being frivolous, as being unbelievable. He's claiming that the person that represented Jane Doe didn't even know his client. Doesn't really sound believable to me, but this is his story, and she continues to press this, and it's great.
And they're like, listen, we screwed up. I'm sorry. I'm like, whoa, hold on one second. I sent an investigator to check out this address. There's no building there.
Is this Katie Johnson or was this a different Jane Doe?
That was a Jane Doe.
Jane Doe in 2016 was Katie Johnson. What the fuck is going on? Not eligible for recommendation reduction because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. Thank you, Shannon, so much for the $25 Vimo because you keep us informed. Okay, I'm going to appeal. Right now I'm having my live visibility restricted, but I'm going to appeal. This is crazy. So let's see if I win this. If I got to restart, I got to restart, but I'm keeping it open for now. I'm just playing audio at this point, okay? Of course this happens when I'm playing audio.
No, because Katie Johnson also files a Jane Doe in New York.
Well,
So
I don't know if it's the same person or not.
Was it a girl who said she was 13 years old and was raped in Epstein's house with President Trump?
Thank you, Patty, so much for the autumn leaves. Win Patty in the chat. Drop that Patty sticker in the chat.
To be very honest, I don't remember the full. I don't remember the full scope of it. All I remember.
Lisa Bloom. You would remember the lawyer. It was Lisa Bloom. Came out in November 2016.
There was no. It was not Lisa Bloom as the lawyer.
Yes, it was.
November
It was a gentleman, and I reached out to him and I said, "Have you ever met your client?" He said, "No."
Now the only thing he could be saying is this case, because it was California, it was moved California to New York, so maybe it was a different attorney in California, but this is Katie Johnson. And the lawyer in the New York case was Lisa Bloom. This is that case, okay? There's not even a doubt about it. This is that case.
No, in fact, that they did. It was a referral to him, and he ended up doing it through the mail. I said, "Really?" So he goes, "Yeah, they sent me. I sent them all the papers to a PO box or something, and then they sent it back, and this was the address." And so he was like, "Listen, I'm dropping this case. I don't know whether or not this person even..."
The case was also dropped in 2016, but that's because her attorneys essentially said she was being threatened and feared for her life. That's why she withdrew the case. She was getting threatened. She was supposed to have the press conference, withdrew the press conference, withdrew the lawsuit because she was being threatened in 2016.
Exists. That was
What year was this? What year was that?
Now he's going to say what year it is.
That was 2000 and that was 2000 and I'll tell you right now, hold on. It was 2016.
That's exactly when Katie Johnson's lawsuits were filed. In the state of California and the state of New York, okay? That's exactly the same year. That's, if you look it up, that's the only cases that were dropped that were dropped by the attorneys, by her representation in 2016 against Quad D. That's the only SA case that was dropped in 2016. This is Katie Johnson. He even said it. He said it was Jane Doe. And then he said it wasn't Katie Johnson. Yes, it is. That's who she was known as, Jane Doe. That's exactly who it was. 13 years old. He even said it. An underage girl. A teenager. That's who this was.
Oh, so it was in the same year as
Katie Johnson.
The
campaign.
It was the same year as the other suit from the Katie Johnson.
It's her.
It happened around October, November of 2016.
Katie Johnson. Her press conference that she fucking withdrew from was November 2nd, 2016. He just said it was dropped in November or December 2016. Listen again. It's the same fucking suit. It's the same person.
What year was this? What year was this? I never heard
that
about
was 2000 and that was 2000 and
now
I'll
listen,
tell you right
listen
now,
to the months he says.
There was 2016.
Oh, so it was in the same year as the
campaign.
It was the same year as the other suit from the Katie Johnson that then became.
It happened around October, November of 2016, and the lawyer was like, "My apologies."
October, November of 2016. November 2nd is when Katie Johnson was supposed to have the press conference about her accusations about the lawsuit. It was dropped in November of 2016. This is Katie Johnson. He even said it, Jane Doe. And then he goes, "No, it wasn't Katie Johnson." Yeah, it is.
I'm withdrawing the case. I said,
So it
okay.
wasn't the Lisa Bloom one, because you would have
Yes, it
remembered
is.
that one.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was thinking about that one because that case also was revoked around the same time in 2016, around the same time.
The exact same time.
No, it was not revoked in 2016.
Yes, it was. And she says, yes, it was. I got receipts right here. I'm pulling them up.
Yeah, it was. The Katie Johnson was. It was taken. She took it back in, I believe it was November 2016. I can get you the exact date.
Yep.
Yeah. She took it back, and they claimed it was because of intimidation. And I was just wondering, like, did you handle that case? Because
He's shaking his head no right now. I'm shaking my head yes. That's the exact fucking person in case.
obviously Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal were being handled at the same time.
No.
Do you know who handled it?
Yeah, it was an outside law firm.
it's in this, it says Alan Garten left in a.
So listen to this
Karen
again,
McDougal
too.
were being handled.
Listen to this.
Around the same time that,
No, it was not revoked in 2016.
Yeah, it was. The Katie Johnson was. It was taken.
Crazy.
She took it back in, I believe it was November 2016. The exact date.
Yeah, Tanya, this is 4 weeks ago, Tanya. Not even 4 weeks ago. About three and a half weeks ago.
Yeah, she took it back, and they claimed it was because of intimidation. And I was just wondering, like, did you handle that case? Because obviously Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal were being handled at the same time.
No.
So he's shaking his head. No, he knows nothing about the case. Now, he doesn't know the case. He doesn't know anything about the case. He said this numerous times. Now listen to what he says.
Do you know who handled it?
Yeah, it was an outside law firm.
You said you didn't know anything about the Katie Johnson case. Now an outside law firm handled the case? That doesn't make any sense. You didn't know anything about the case, but you know who handled it all of a sudden? That's kind of a contradiction, isn't it?
It's in this, it says Alan Garten left in a Politico, quotes Alan Garten, who was his in-house attorney.
Then it wasn't 2016, then it was 2017.
No, it's in 2016. The Katie Johnson case has been established in 2016.
That wasn't something that I handled.
You didn't handle that one.
No.
I was just like...
That's crazy. Like, this is crazy work to me. And it just shows, like, how survivors get suppressed. I just showed you the farmer sister. And just how people ignore survivors in their cases and try to disregard, saying nobody knows anything about anything. Thank you, Mountain Man. Although you were the fixer at the time and you seem to know the case but don't know anything about the case or the victim named Jane Doe, but you know that an outside law firm handled it. It just seems very odd. And it continues.
It seems that, you've cast a lot of doubt on this case, like by saying he didn't doodle. And
now he's talking about he didn't doodle. Remember the Epstein birthday card? So now here comes the defense for that.
Obviously he was,
He doesn't doodle. I'm sorry that
one of his doodles got sold to Sotheby's, though. One of his doodles sold to Sotheby's.
He may have colored it in, but...
Are you serious? So now we're talking about the birthday card. Remember the birthday card in which he drew the image of a young woman and signed his name, I believe, in the crotch area of that photo? Remember it? So now, thank you so much, Mountain Man. Everybody on the Autumn Leaves, thank you so much. So also, Trump has a history of selling little sketches as drawings to Sotheby's, like she said, which is a big-time auction company that auctions off art. And so the claim is that he doesn't doodle, but he colors. What? Yeah, he doesn't doodle, but he might have colored it in. So he doesn't doodle, but he spends his time coloring with crayons? What defense is that? That's a weird flex. I gotta tell you, that's a weird fucking thing to say. He colors. He doesn't doodle, but he colors. Again, let's listen to that again.
No.
Listen again.
I was just like, it just seems that, you've cast a lot of doubt on this case, like by saying he didn't doodle, and then obviously he was,
He doesn't doodle. I'm sorry that...
One of his doodles got sold to Sotheby's, though. One of his doodles sold to Sotheby's.
He may have colored it in, but...
What? He may have colored it in. He doesn't draw or doodle, but he colors. Is he in fucking kindergarten? What the fuck do you mean he doesn't doodle or draw, but he colors? That's a defense we're going with now? Like, why are you even arguing this? Quad D's argument was the birthday card didn't exist. That was his initial argument. It was a complete lie. Remember, that's why he was suing Rupert Murdoch and Wall Street Journal? Then once the card in the birthday book was fucking revealed, then all of a sudden it's I don't draw. Then all of a sudden it's that's not my signature. Yes, it is. And you draw, and that's your drawing. And now, for whatever reason, somebody that we used to interact with quite a bit in the live is now saying, no, he didn't draw. He colored, though. He may have colored it in. So he didn't have time to draw, but he had time to color. And that's what we're going with now. Like, this is fucking wild work. Like, in great job by Palmeri here, the interviewer. She's relentless. Like, she doesn't give up on this.
All of his executive assistants were all phenomenal artists. And there were one or two that were just even better than phenomenal, that they actually show their stuff in galleries.
Cool. So one of his secretaries or two of them were artists. Why the fuck hasn't Quad D had this defense? This is a weird defense coming from somebody that's not Quad D. How come Quad D didn't say one of my secretaries wrote that? They were fantastic artists. You never once heard that out Dirty Dingling Dementia Donnie's mouth, have you? He could have easily said that if that was true, right? This is Cohen, yeah. This was about 3.5 weeks ago, Clusie. Why the fuck didn't Trump use this defense and say, well, it was one of my secretaries that wrote that, not me? And ain't on my signature too, and they just signed it. Quad D never once gave that defense. He didn't say my secretaries were fantastic artists. Oh, I know it's his signature, Erica. We compared it to a bunch of signatures during the same fucking timeline. Yeah, this is a weird flex.
So did he turn around and say to somebody, here, just scratch me out something and I'll sign my name to it? And he did it for charity.
Well, then why the fuck didn't he make that defense? Why didn't he? Why hasn't Quad D said that? Yeah, I didn't write that. My secretary did. Quad D never once said that.
Do not make any claims whatsoever. Zero. That he didn't prior to my knowledge, or that he did. I have no idea. I only know from when I started to when I left that there was no relation. But I'm not denying any of these victims. Who the hell am I to deny any of these victims?
More curious
their comments.
I'm actually just more curious if you handled them, because this.
Well, the answer is if Alan Garten turns around in Politico and says he handled it.
He didn't say he handled it. He just commented on Trump's behalf. But you would handle.
But why would Alan Garten ever comment? But why would Alan Garten ever comment on me? Right? I've never commented on you. Alan.
You commented on the case because it was dropped because they said that there was intimidation, and that's why it was dropped. But at the same exact time was the Stormy Daniels, and at the same time there was also the Karen McDougal case. And
she's asking him, you were his fixer during this time. You handled all of these cases. Why the fuck would you have not handled the Katie Johnson case? And then you admitted in this very interview that you hired a private investigator to go see what was up with this plaintiff, what the address, see if you can get any information on the accuser. And now you're asking, well, why would I know anything about the case? Because you were his fixer. You were handling all of his legal cases at the time. So you actually told us that the Katie Johnson Jane Doe, you handled it. But now he's saying, no, that wasn't the Katie Johnson case. Yes, the fuck it was. Tim, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. Jane Doe is Katie Johnson. Lisa Bloom, her attorney, said it was Katie Johnson. This is the same case that you were asked to handle, but because he knows that the accusations in this fucking lawsuit that was dropped are so fucking heinous and disgusting, it's like we're trying to distance ourselves, right?
All dropped in the fall of 2016. So I was wondering,
had nothing to do with me.
I didn't dealt with it.
Let me be very clear. I testified to 7 congressional committees, two grand juries, and to 2 trials. Do you think? And not to mention some outside additional.
Win Tim T in the chat. Win CJ Love in the chat. $25 for the autumn leaves. Y'all are doing awesome. Only one more. We might put 2 more African Nights up there after we hit these. I love it. I appreciate it. I can't tell you, Deb. I have no idea. But now he's saying he had nothing to do with it after, in the same interview, saying he handled a case with Jane Doe and went to see where the address was. The building didn't exist. But now, again, he had nothing to do with it. Even though he already said earlier that Jane Doe. The only case I had was Jane Doe. And it was heinous, and it was an underage girl, and basically said that she was raped. That's the same fucking case. It's weird. Her name is Tara Palmeri. She used to work for ABC News. She used to work for Politico. She used to work for the Washington Examiner. This was about 3.5 weeks ago.
Positions that were taken by Alina Hopper. Do you really think that of all of these members of Congress that asked me questions for a total
I don't know,
of
Jess.
63 hours, do you think they didn't bring up this sort of stuff with Jeffrey Epstein? And the answer is,
what did they ask? What did they ask?
It's in the records, but they all asked, and I turn around and I say the same thing.
Read the records. I'm just curious, like what?
And I turn around and I say the same thing. I have no knowledge of anything with Jeffrey Epstein. Zero.
So somebody
Zero.
else handled the Jeffrey Epstein.
I didn't handle it. I didn't handle it. As much as idiots like this Velvet Lavender, I didn't handle it. So it's the same horseshit.
Like in all honesty, though.
But but Tara, to be honest with you, what you're doing is actually wrong. I got to tell you. I'm going to tell you why it's wrong.
This is a lot of defensiveness. He handled all of the cases except the Katie Johnson, which he already mentioned that he handled something called a Jane Doe and it was dropped. It's very fucking interesting.
I'm going to tell you why it's wrong. I have now said at least 3,000 times. At least 3,000 times. I have no knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein at all as it relates to Trump. But people just keep wanting digging. Well, you must know something.
But the dude just said he handled a case that was brought to him with the Jane Doe in the same fucking interview. So I don't know how that you wouldn't know when you said you hired a private investigator and that you sent the private investigator to this address and the building didn't exist. So obviously you did know something about the accusations that were being made at the time.
I think a lot of people just want to know why one person filed a suit and then dropped it.
I don't have the answer.
Same time as these other women that.
But he read the suit too, so he knows what Quad D was being fucking accused of. It was in the lawsuit that was dropped. The Jane Doe that was brought to him.
We're getting hush money.
By the way, one person got hush money from me.
Yeah.
Stormy Daniels. Another misstatement is the one that I paid off Karen McDougal. No, I did not. That was paid for by David Pecker and the National Enquirer. All right? Plain and simple. It's not that I'm defensive. I'm trying to explain. And people just don't want to hear it. The same way I tried to explain.
I don't know. Yeah, chill. I don't know. I just none of the Republican Congress members want to release the files. Quad D doesn't know anything about it. It seems like Quad D doesn't know anything about Ghislaine. Maybe it's Ghislaine. Quad D doesn't know anything about his accuser. His former fixer doesn't know anything about cases which he fucking hired a private investigator to go see an address of the plaintiff. He doesn't know anything about that and didn't handle it. It's pretty fucking wild.
To everyone, I've never been to Prague. I have never been to the Czech Republic. Oh my God, guess where? I've also never been to Russia.
About that. I just want to know about this one case because I think it's every time.
Call the lawyer.
Yeah,
Call the lawyer.
She's talking to him.
Call Alan Garten.
He wasn't the lawyer necessarily. He was just speaking on behalf of the. He was just speaking on behalf of Trump. It doesn't mean he's necessarily the lawyer. Like you were his lawyer too and his fixer, and that's why I'm just.
He said, "Talk to the lawyer." She is. You were the fucking lawyer at the time. You were the fixer. You admitted to getting a fucking complaint given to you that had Jane Doe. We know who Jane Doe is. Ask the lawyer, that's what she's doing. Even though you didn't handle the Karen McDougal, you handled the fucking Stormy Daniels. Didn't he call himself the fixer? Wasn't he the attorney? This is fucking weird.
Wondering what
and I'm telling you that I had nothing to do with it.
Okay, that's fair. But I mean, I just think it's a little weird that like you haven't said anything nice about Trump since like prison basically. And in this case, you seem to be saying that like there's no way he went to the island because he said he didn't go to the island.
No, that's not what I said. Okay, again, what I say is extremely important, and you can't paraphrase it or decide to put it in your own way. What I said was, I have no knowledge of Donald Trump ever going to Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Yeah, there's no flight record.
I'm referring from 2007 to 20.
But like the crazy thing is, yeah, what the fuck? It's crazy. The crazy thing is, you don't have to have gone to his island to have essayed or raped girls with Jeffrey Schmeppes. He didn't just do it at the island. New York, New Mexico, multiple fucking properties. We have Prince fucking Andrew. What was it? Prince? Yeah, it's Prince Andrew, right? Prince Andrew that essentially went into fucking hiding. He was in photographs at Jeffrey Schmeppes' New York fucking place. And then he disappeared for fucking 5 years. Yeah, right? What the fuck? Yeah, it wasn't like you just had to go to the island to essay someone. Right? Like he didn't essay fucking E. Jean Carroll at an island. It's not the only place. Yeah, in Florida, in Palm Beach. We got New York, we got Palm Beach, we got a New Mexico ranch. It happened at all of these fucking places. Thank you, everybody, on the Autumn Leaves. By the way, I'm going to put up 2 more African Nights because it's my favorite. It's my own special animation in the live. But I'm just playing this interview because it's insane. And it makes me wonder how fucking deep this shit really runs and how many people are covering for Quad D's ass now and how many people are actually tied to this shit. Like, this shit is actually crazy. Does anybody else think this is crazy? Like, this is crazy to me. Hold on, let me see real quick. I don't know where my shit is right now. I'm trying to find my little night. Give me a second. Y'all are doing amazing in here. I appreciate you being in here. As soon as I find it, I'll put it up. Thank you for the heart me. But this interview was great, and I like how she just, like, did not back down. She just kept going. She kept going and kept going and kept going. 2 African Nights up top. If you haven't seen the African Night, it's fantastic. Isn't this great? So she continues. She's still pressing.
2018. Okay? Second,
thank you.
I know Trump just about better than anybody. There's a reason
we've heard
why.
that. We've heard that a lot too. We have heard that. Thank you, One Love. I love you too. Myra, thank you so much. This interview was from about 3.5 weeks ago, folks. It says 1 month ago. It was a little before 4 weeks ago. Mama Cat, thank you so much. That's my own animation. It's called The African Night. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. The restriction, we're good now. I think we're good. We were being restricted. I don't know if we're being restricted in terms of visibility, but we still got 300 people in here. Win Mama Cat. Dubs in the chat, 25 on the Mama Cat. I appreciate that. That's my African Night. Lily, thank you so much for the first gift of roses. I appreciate you. Chandra, thank you so much. So she just keeps pressing it. I love it. And then there was the phrase, I know Trump better than anyone. We know.
He is saying it the way that he's saying. That I've never been to Epstein's island, and I wouldn't be shocked if that's not true. What I know is that he's definitively on his airplane because he used to go with Epstein down to Palm Beach.
There you go.
It's in the flight logs. Yeah, it's in the flight logs. There's no
it's in there. There's no way to argue that fact. Mm-hmm. So I know that he did it simply for the purpose of not having to fuel up his own plane. It was a free ride on a nice airplane. Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. What I'm afraid of is that fact of him never being on Epstein's island, what if hypothetically he's telling the truth on this specific issue? Is that going to negate out all the other stuff? And what I keep saying...
How many times have we heard of what if hypothetically too? What if hypothetically? We've heard that. Marissa, we've heard that a few times, haven't we? I think just a random, but it's crazy because for Midas, how does Midas navigate this? Like, this is a crazy interview. Hypothetically, what if he's telling the truth? When does Donald Trump ever tell the truth? Hypothetically, what if Quad D is telling the truth? When was the last time Quad D told the truth about anything? Like, serious question. And he's going to tell the truth about this? Are you fucking kidding me? Like I said, if Donald Trump says something, it means the opposite is true. I just used the example about the H group and Israel deal being done. But when does he ever tell the fucking truth? Quad D. Not about the wall, not about trade deals, not about the TikTok sale, not about Trump healthcare, not about fucking tariffs. Not about the shit tarp being thrown out of the White House window. He never tells the truth. Not about ending the Ukraine war. He had a great discussion with Putin. Not about having great discussions with Bibi. He never tells the fucking truth. But he's telling the truth under a global schmex trafficking ring and his involvement with that. Yeah, Rob goes, truth, right? Thank you for the $1 Vimo. So, like, that's crazy to even bring that up. What if he's telling the truth? Well, that doesn't happen, even about simple shit. About him, his doctor that was the doctor with my Uncle Barack and Bush. About his doctor just 2 days ago at the Navy rally that he held. About the doctor telling him that he was in better shape than my Uncle Barack and Bush, both of them. That he was in better shape, that he was stronger. Like, even the little shit he lies about. Shannon, thank you so much on the $25 Vimo and says, because you keep us informed. And now you're saying, hypothetically, what if he's telling the truth about this? Like, are you fucking serious? We know that he's not telling the truth because he never tells the truth about anything. About his wife liking him, about him not knowing anything about Project 2025, and then he goes and snitches on himself and he says of the esteemed Project 2025, Russell Vogt, even though he never knew it, never knew anything about it, never read it. Yeah, he lies about everything. Everything. So, yeah, hypothetically, if he's telling the truth, well, that's something that doesn't happen with Quad D. Pathological liars don't sometimes tell the truth.
I can't stand everybody's innuendo, all of the hypotheticals, whether it's the people.
All of the hypotheticals? Dude, you just said hypothetically. He can't stand all the hypotheticals as just 10 seconds ago he goes, what if he's hypothetically telling the truth? How do you state a hypothetical and then say it 10 seconds later you can't stand the hypotheticals? Dude, rewind it 15 seconds ago when you just said hypothetically, what if he's telling the truth? What the fuck? Hold on, I gotta play this again because it's actually unbelievable. What?
At that fact of him never being on Epstein's island, what if hypothetically he's telling the truth?
Now listen.
On this specific issue. Is that going to negate out all the other stuff? And what I keep saying is, I can't stand everybody's innuendo, all of the hypotheticals.
Dude, what? You just said hypothetically, what if he's telling the truth? I can't stand hypotheticals.
Whether it's the people that are with us today or those that are on television or were journalists or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. I'm talking about there's no need for this innuendo hypothetical conversation. Release the goddamn files.
As you gave a hypothetical.
Don't know. So, for example,
release the files is what I keep saying. And then none of us.
I agree with him there. But it doesn't sound like you want those files released or for certain cases to be talked about or associated with Quad D or yourself when you were the fixer. So it's pretty crazy.
Have to speculate.
I agree there.
But you would know, you would actually know better than most people. For example, Brad Edwards was a lawyer for one of the...
I don't know who Brad Edwards is.
Well, he actually spoke with Trump, and he said that it was Trump's lawyers that set him up because he knew that Trump and Epstein did not get along. It was infamous.
In what year?
Everyone knew that Trump and Epstein...
In what year?
This was in 2019. Yeah.
I was in prison in 2019.
No, sorry, earlier than that. It must have been 2017 when they were fighting for the Crime Victims' Rights Act, when they realized that their case was being overturned. He asked to depose Trump, and he called Trump's lawyers about it. And he did this for his client.
Who did he call?
He didn't specify the exact lawyer, but the lawyer said... But wouldn't you have been aware if Trump was testifying on behalf of the victims for against Jeffrey Epstein? Like, I just find it hard to believe that at no point during the time that you worked for him, you never spoke to him about Jeffrey Epstein.
No.
When this guy...
Like, how is that possible? How is that fucking possible? You were his fixer and you know nothing about his relationship or any of these accusations or fucking lawsuits? I'm sorry. If you know Trump better than anybody else, and he just said that in his own interview, and anybody that fucking listens to him knows how often he said that, he knows Trump better than anybody else. He considered him his best friend. He said that before too, but you knew nothing about his relationship with Epstein or anything about this Katie Johnson, Jane Doe case that you actually said you handled and hired a private investigator for. It doesn't seem possible. It just doesn't seem possible. And that's what she keeps saying. I find it hard to believe.
Edwards, who is just a lawyer.
I don't know who he is.
Was like, it's infamous that they hate each other. Like, that's why
I'm sure they do hate each other. I'm just telling you, I have no idea.
How are you somebody's best friend and you don't know about an estranged relationship with somebody that used to be your best friend's former best friend? And it was now up on charges for SA and it just doesn't. This isn't a good interview. Like, I know that we have we have a relationship with Michael Cohen from this app, but this doesn't seem like it's believable. Especially when you were known as the fixer, like the self-proclaimed fixer, but you know nothing about this. It's just hard to believe. Like she says.
And I'm hiding. By the way, do you think that I would be hiding something if I knew something?
Think that you might, I would find it impossible considering who Jeffrey Epstein is.
Right.
And what I know about him. That at no point did you guys ever discuss their relationship, what the falling out was, like why they weren't friends.
Do you know how I found out what the falling out was about? It was on my podcast with Michael Wolff on Mea Culpa when I had him on about 3 weeks ago. I had no idea what the falling out.
And when your client is going to testify against him, like you didn't at any point talk about that.
Okay, I'm going to say it.
Like that's the crazy thing. Then you didn't know him better than anybody else. If you didn't know anything, and that's your claim, you didn't know anything about his relationship with Epstein, then you weren't his best friend. And then you didn't know him better than anyone else then. You can't make those two claims and say you knew nothing about somebody that was his best friend for 15 or 16 years. That was in the limelight. It's not like Jeffrey Schmeppes wasn't known. He was all over New York. Cohen was in New York. If Trump and Schmeppes were in the scene together and they knew the most high-profile, wealthiest people in New York, you knew about their relationship. He would have brought up their falling out at some point if you were his best friend and you knew him better than anyone else. This isn't even fucking plausible. I'm sorry, I'm glad that she keeps pushing it.
I'll say it again, and I really want you to listen to what I'm saying now, all right? Because after a while, it just gets redundant.
I had no conversation. Truth. Like that's all I want to know.
Okay, your truth and my truth may not be the same. What?
Your truth and my truth may not be the same. There's one version of the truth. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that explanation? Your truth and my truth might not be the same. No, truth is truth. There's no versions. What does that even fucking mean? Like, there's facts and there's fiction. Either something happened or it didn't. That's what truth versus being untrue is. That's fucking wild.
You want to hear what you may want to hear is truth, right? It may not be the same. I'm telling you, I had no conversations with Trump about Epstein. I learned from Michael Wolff that it had to do with the house that was sold in Palm Beach. That I did, that I worked on the documents that was done through Sotheby's.
Hold up. You worked on the documents for the property that Jeffrey Schmeppes and Trump fought over, which Trump eventually got, but you still had no fucking idea about Schmepstein or their relationship or what the falling out was while it's the property that you just said you reviewed the documents for. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, folks.
To me,
I know a lot of us, I know a lot of us met in there, but like a lot of shit is not adding up.
Yet. I didn't know that. In fact, I didn't even know that house originally belonged to Lex Wexner. Now, I knew the house.
Nobody knows anything. Nobody knew that it was Lex Wexner, who's the Victoria's Secret guy tied to Epstein too. He didn't know it was his house. Nobody knows anything about anything. Fucking crazy.
71st Street belonged to Lex Wexner. That I know I had read about years ago. Where it was a weird sort of deal where he just gave him this like $60+ million townhouse. But I didn't know that house in Palm Beach was Lex Wexner's. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Captain, thank you so much. Are you kidding me? You don't know that's like one of the wealthiest men in the fucking United States, the founder and fucking CEO that hung out with Epstein in all these circles? You know it's his property? Really?
Right.
I didn't know. If I knew, I would have talked about it. You think that, I mean, is there anything else that I have not spoken about openly and honestly?
I don't know, because all I've heard so far is like everything you said basically is to sort of clear him, which is fine. I have never spoken to. See,
she nailed it.
I've never spoken to a victim that has said that they were molested by Trump during the Epstein period of time. But I do know that a case was dropped during the time that you were his fixer, and that is why I'm asking you. And I wanted to ask you about what you knew about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, because they were very much in Trump's orbit for a long period of time.
When I wasn't in, when it was before.
He was still a member of.
But the thing is, even if he was best friends before, you're telling me he never brought him up? You handled the documents on the Florida case. So you were still around at that end stage.
Mar-a-Lago until 2007.
Right. That's okay. I started March of 2007.
So you would have known. He's like, he was hanging around Mar-a-Lago until 2007. You started in 2007. Earlier in this interview, he said he kind of started hanging around Trump in 2005. They were still, him and Epstein were still very much friends in 2005. Shit, that birthday card was 2003. It wasn't until 2006 in Florida, when that Miami Herald shit came out and the case against him came out, that people started to distance themselves. But I read a huge Chase Bank fucking write-up. They were still protecting him as a client. He was still at Mar-a-Lago until 2007. There's fucking no way. Sorry.
I have no idea when he was or was not. I never met Jeffrey Epstein. I never met him. I never spoke to him.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
I mean, that could be true, but you probably knew a lot about the relationship between Trump and Schmeppes. You admitted to seeing the Jane Doe fucking case, and you hired a private investigator. I'm just saying, right? Grateful? Yeah, like this was, and Marissa, I told you this interview's crazy. It's crazy.
Again, the answer is no.
Thank you, Marissa.
And it's not an issue. I don't know how many more times to people I can explain to. And there's some idiot that's trolling us. But Cohen lives in a Trump. I bought my apartment. It is a.
Oh, they brought up the Trump Tower thing too, which we've talked about, and we all thought was crazy too.
Condo, right?
Yeah.
Meaning fee simple absolute. I bought my condo 2 years before I was even working for Trump.
Okay.
Right? Just by coincidence, I owned other apartments in Trump buildings.
So here's my thing. If a guy that put you in prison, convicted, turned on you, you hate him now, wouldn't you sell your property? Why not just sell it? I know if somebody fucking put me in prison for nothing, for lying about them, lying for them, why wouldn't you just fucking sell your property? You can sell it as soon as you get out of prison. If you think you're the target or a potential target for Quad D, one way to get rid of that is get out of his a property with his name on it, right? Pretty easy to find you right now, isn't it? Never understood that either.
One at Trump World Tower, one at Trump Palace. I invested in various apartments. I had quite a few going back years ago in different Trump buildings. Till, of course, I ended up losing them as a direct result of my incarceration. You think I'm here to protect anybody? I'm just here to tell the truth, because as soon as you know how easy it would be for me to just turn around and say, I don't know, it's possible, sure, maybe, yeah, I have no idea. No.
Yeah.
It just would detract from all the things that I have said so far. So either they want, how many times did I have to yell from the rooftops? Rooftops. I've never been to Prague. I've never been to the Czech Republic.
Thank you, Maggie.
I've never been to Russia. I gave them
Now we're talking about all this other shit. Like, that's not what anybody's asking about. Melissa, thank you so much. Appreciate you for coming in. Maggie, thank you for the treasure. One more African night. This interview is just like, I just found myself, I was astonished because I was digging deep into some of the survivors, and this came up, and I don't know how the fuck I didn't see this interview until yesterday. It's fucking crazy. I know, Mountain Man. I get it. Yeah, and maybe that is. Maybe that's the strategy. Just trying to, like I said, self-preservation. I get it. Self-preservation. So maybe this is just self-preservation. But like, just say something. I'm like, I'm not going to comment on this. I don't have great details. I was introduced to the Jane Doe, which is Katie. Now I know is the Katie Johnson case.
Passport and Daily Beast, the ones who put out the story, they photographed it.
Michael,
they
I'm
photographed
not, I'm not trying to implicate you. All I am is asking you if you
and
have,
I'm telling you no.
if I'm asking you if you have any information, because it is the thing that everyone asks. I look at my comments every single day because I'm creating a community and everybody wants to know what happened to Katie Johnson.
I don't know.
Everybody wants to know that.
So where is she?
Exactly. Everybody wants to know.
I don't know. Katie, if you're on, contact me. I'd like to know
He doesn't know, but he sent a private investigator to go investigate the address and find out information about the plaintiff, Jane Doe, who is Katie Johnson, who he says is not Katie Johnson.
Well, I have no idea.
And you were working for him at the time, and so everybody wants to know. And the reports were all that she left because of intimidation. Was there a settlement? Was she intimidated? And that's why
Not by me. Not by me.
By the way, has anybody heard previous callers from the Fixer threatening certain people? Anybody in this chat? I'm sure you've heard some of the phone calls and the recordings, right? It would be on brand for what was going on at the time, wouldn't it? Am I right? Connecting dots here. You've heard them too, Dia? I've listened to them. I was like, whoa. That's why somebody is called the Fixer. Kind of would be on brand. You don't know who intimidated her, even though you sent the private investigator?
I'm not asking you to, like, I just want...
I'm just telling you, not by me. And not only was it not by me, I have no knowledge of it.
Okay. Do you know who might have knowledge of it?
I don't.
So?
I don't even know who represented the case.
Okay.
You know, I truly don't know. Let's find out who was her lawyer. Did you say it was
Bloom?
Lisa Bloom?
Lisa Bloom, yeah.
So let's call Lisa Bloom. Let's call Lisa Bloom and ask her.
The question is that she has decided to drop, like, she was a Jane Doe, first of all, and she decided not to, she obviously didn't go forward with it. So something must have happened during that time that made her decide not to want to go forward with it. And there were 3 times she filed the case. She filed it first in California, yep. She filed it again in New York, and then filed a 3rd time in New York.
So she might not have been the original fucking person on the New York case, but she was the final attorney on that case. So maybe when he said earlier it wasn't Lisa Bloom, maybe that's actually true originally. But the victim, Jane Doe, was Katie Johnson the entire time. And she may have changed attorneys, and Lisa Bloom ended up being the attorney in the last New York case. I don't know, but for sure, 1,000% that Jane Doe that he actually admitted early in the interview, that is Katie Johnson. There's not even a question. It's the only fucking case that was filed and dropped in 2016 against Trump. That is Katie Johnson.
So
let me ask you this. So the 2 cases that are filed in New York, let's just check on Westlaw, Nexus, Lexus. Let's pull up the old file and see who was representing Katie Johnson.
Lisa Bloom.
It's not hard.
Yeah, it was Lisa Bloom, excuse me. It was Lisa Bloom. Yeah,
okay.
It was.
No.
Who was representing President Trump is the other question. Like,
right.
Thank you, Big D.
Exactly.
Who was
Who's representing the other side?
Yeah, who was defendant's attorney?
You.
The defendant's attorney. I mean, I have to look at that.
You were the Fixer, but it got dropped.
One, but I mean, it's you were his lawyer at the time.
I was one of 15 lawyers in the firm. Not to mention,
were the other 14 lawyers called the Fixer? Did I get a fucking night? Oh, no, I didn't. We're the other. We got one more African night up there, by the way. One more African night to meet. We're doing fucking amazing. I appreciate you hanging out with me. And then I'm going to drop it down to something else. Let's try to get that last African night. Isn't that crazy? He said I was one of 15 attorneys at the firm. Were the other 14 attorneys called the fixer? Or just you?
This isn't even one that
I can pull it up. I can pull up who the lawyer
let's
was.
pull it up. I'm sitting right here.
Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate
Katie
that.
Johnson, Donald Trump. But you did handle two similar cases at the time, so that's why I asked.
Why there's allegations of rape by Karen
Lisa,
McDougal or by Stormy Daniels?
Well, you said you didn't represent him on the Karen McDougal. Callie, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
There
were affairs.
Yes, that's fair. That they were.
They also weren't 13 years old.
Right.
By the way, he just said it again. Katie Johnson, in her lawsuit in New York, she said she was 13 years old. So he's not even putting together that that's the same person. What are the chances? 2 Jane Does, 2 13-year-olds. Yeah, it's Katie Johnson. It's the same fucking person you said you didn't know anything about. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I just had to play that because it's crazy. So I just wanted to say, like, I think this fucking Epstein shit runs so deep. And there's probably so many people that we don't even know are implicated. Big D, thank you so much for the flower child. I got one more African night if anybody wants to help, right? It's wild. I don't even know how I just saw this, but it's crazy. Johnny, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate you, Johnny. We need one more African night. It's my own special animation. Let's knock it down. I have a live restriction on visibility. I'm not worried about it because we still got 250 people in here, and we still have almost 300,000 likes. But it's just, I guess my overall theme is it's unbelievable to me how Trump's own attorneys, all these Republican Congress members, Quad D himself, nobody knows shit about shit. Nobody knows dick about fuck. Nobody knows any of the survivors. Nobody knew what Epstein was doing. Nobody had ever met Ghislaine Maxwell. Not fucking Bannon, not the South African Nick Cannon, not Quad D. Nobody knew anybody. Right, perfect strangers? Do you think? Hell yeah, I think that, Chandra. Yeah. I mean, how long was Trump best friends with the guy? 15 years? Thank you, Maggie. 15 fucking years? I just played the fucking Maria Farmer interview. First interview in 30 years. She talked about how fucking creepy it was. And she's not for you and took him to another room. She's not 16. This runs deep, and it's not just here. Just like Journey said, this is worldwide. 26. We got 73 left on the goal too. If anybody wants to contribute, sorry, I'm just passionate about this shit. I told you, like the Epstein shit, like it's important, and it's crazy how many fucking people, including MAGA Mike Johnson, including everybody that knew, everybody that ran with them in circles, everybody that. Oh, shit, thank you. Jen, too. Oh, thank you so much. Jen, I missed the $20 Vimo. Thank you so much. She said for being less expensive than therapy. Thank you, Journey. Win Journey in the chat. 20 dubs in the chat for Journey. Thank you so much. We're down to 53 on the goal. I missed that one. Thank you so much, Journey. Dubs in the chat for Journey, too. She's amazing. Thank you so much. But this is crazy. Yeah, and again, I had to break down that interview because I'm listening to it. I'm like, this is just insane. This is a lot of contradicting your own story, which is wild. Mike, thank you so much for the coffee. We're going to drop it down. We're going to do like a little, let's flood this zone. We've seen 8 African nights up top. If you like that African night, that's my favorite one. What we're going to do is drop this thing down right now to get, let's do a little 99 coiner and just mass flood it so we get pushed out before you. Since I'm getting restricted right now. So everybody, let's do the little crowns. Let's do like 13 of them. And if anybody can get involved on this, amazing. It will help us on the algorithm since my live visibility was restricted for showing like 30 fucking seconds of FaceTime with Cohen. Thank you, Deb with Cohen. And that is Tara Palmeri, I think is her name. I'm going to put it on the Discord. Thank you, Lisa Michelle. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, Donna. I'm only going to go for about 30 more minutes anyway, and then I'm going to take my afternoon break, and I'll be back. But that is the story I wanted to focus on because I'm not getting rid of this Epstein story. I'm going to continue to fucking talk about it. I think that we need to continue to talk about it. and not let these survivors like go in the background while we talk about government shutdowns and while we talk about fucking BB and H group and while we talk about, you know, the shit going on with Qatar and the shit going on with the UAE. Fuck that. I'm trying to give you facts and how shit is not adding up. Obstinate, thank you so much. Coffee, thank you so much. Anybody else find that interview like pretty interesting, fascinating? Some of the description? I don't know. Coffee, thank you so much. Somebody that is the best friend, I think, would know about somebody's relationship in the past with their previous best friend. I just find it hard to believe. No worries, Lily. Just been on my mind because I'm like, man, who isn't covering this? Like, who isn't trying to not talk about the Schmeppy's files? It's just fucking crazy. And I'm with the one thing I fucking agree with totally, right, Coffee, is I'll put it on the, are you on the Discord, Wags? Get on the Discord. If I didn't give it to you, I will. Maggie said, MC is full of it. Thank you so much, Maggie. 23 on the go. Win Maggie in the chat. I think that he's right that we need to release the files. I think he's right. But I've also heard like the South African Nick Cannon say that too, and then come to find out he's probably in those motherfuckers too. So it's like it doesn't really matter like who says release the files. It doesn't mean your name isn't in those motherfuckers. We saw that with the South African Nick Cannon. And then it comes out his ass is all in them with Steve Bannon too. So like that doesn't even mean anything either if you hear somebody say that. Thank you for the heart me, Tamara. I appreciate that. Y'all are doing great. 30 left on the go. Oh, thank you. Did y'all already knock through the breakthrough stars? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love that the African Night is back too. I mean, fucking amazing. We got the coolest live on the platform. What I'm going to cover tomorrow too, there was a memo, unrelated, but the government shutdown. Remember, there is a law in place saying that furloughed workers will get paid by the federal government. There's actually a memo out from the administration, from the White House, saying that furloughed workers are not going to get back pay. And then Trump actually claimed, well, the ones that I like, the ones that I don't like will be dealt with. The ones that I like are going to get back pay. Yeah, that's not how the law works. You can't enforce the law with people that you like versus not like. That's not how this shit works. Oh, I like the uniform. I'm going with 5 lion manes up top, but he actually said that shit. Thank you so much, Zavi Rose. I appreciate that. Isn't that crazy? So I'll show that memo. I'll show that tomorrow. One story, too, I wanted to cover. Maggie, thank you so much for the lion's mane. Talks like he knows them personally. I know, it's crazy. One of these stories I wanted to cover was, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Barry Weiss, thank you so much. Live was so good today. Thank you so much, Marissa. Y'all hit the goal. So I appreciate that so much. CJ Love, win CJ Love on the Lions main. 25 dubs in the chat from Marissa. I appreciate you so much. I'm just going to put at African Night up there. We met the goal, so I do appreciate it. I like to be informative. I like to kind of touch the... I'll go in controversial places when I need to. Like I said, y'all know, a lot of you know that I have a relationship with MC. But when I see an interview that I feel is interesting, I'm going to talk about it. Or controversial or questionable, I'm going to fucking talk about it. That's kind of my job on this live, to give people the facts and the real interview and the details. Mama Cat, and why I think shit doesn't add up sometimes. Mama Cat, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the lion's mane. Apparently Curtis Everett is ready to leave the U.S., saying his plan is not working as he'd hope. Oh, really? I didn't hear that. I'll have to look that up. I didn't hear that. Tap and clap. That's crazy. Apparently he's claiming, is he somebody that, I didn't hear that he's leaving the United States, but his plan is to have a monarchy. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really work here. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why he thought that was a winning idea over here. MAGA's not big enough. Yes, the 25% MAGAs will like that, but the rest of the country won't. And Renee, thank you so much for the handheld. I appreciate it. And the ice cream and the gold medal. I appreciate you so much. Life coach, thank you. Can you believe I got fucking restricted for playing 35 seconds of that fucking interview? Now I have to see, you know what I don't understand? I see other lives put up half their show is video clips. How the fuck are they not getting restricted? Why did I get restricted? Is it because of the fucking topic I'm talking about? That's kind of some bullshit. Life coach, thank you so much. Having your visibility restricted because of the topic I'm talking about. M. Renee, thank you so much. Is that why I'm getting restricted? M. Renee is going crazy in here, everybody. Dubs M. Renee. Isn't that fucked up, MS Survivor? I played 30 seconds of the clip, and then I'm just playing audio and live visibility restricted. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Crazy work. Willow, thank you so much. So now I gotta ask about that. If I have to just play audio, I'm just gonna play audio because I know that won't get I know that won't get restricted. I apologize, but it's all I can really do. Maggie, thank you. Zavi Rose, thank you. Yeah, so I apologize, but it is what it is. I'm never going to stop fucking speaking truth to power and giving real information and playing real interviews. But that interview, if you want to know where that is, and if you are a subscriber and you are on the Discord, it's going to be under political clips, okay? Will you do more over on Tube of the U? Yes, for sure. I actually have my streaming key. I have a laptop to do it. I just haven't set it up because so busy trying to prepare our video for the New York billboard too, but that will be coming, so don't worry, you will have that. That's why we watch you straight up, real talk, not BS. For sure, yeah. It's just difficult. Well, like I had 370 people in here at the time. Now we have 240, which is still good. But 400 people versus 240, like what the fuck? People need to hear this shit. People need to hear how deep this shit runs, right? So like when you're restricting real fucking shit, like that kind of annoys me. But what am I going to do? I'm never going to stop fucking doing it for you. I don't care. Do I know all the new rules? I haven't heard of any new rules. No, every time I hear about new rules, they were supposed to be new. I think you're talking about, what the fuck do they call it? Like TikTok guidelines? That was supposed to happen in September. Like September 13th. Thank you for the beautiful heart. I appreciate it. So I don't believe anything until it actually happens, and I have an agency, and I don't think there's going to be any new rules. Like there was supposed to be some rule change on September 13th. It never happened. I heard respected political creators on here spreading misinformation that we weren't going to be able to talk politics anymore, that any political content creators were going to get taken off the app. And as you see, that didn't happen. Although they might restrict certain topics, I'm still here. Every day, doing the damn thing every day. They haven't removed any of my videos. They haven't suspended me. So I don't believe fucking rumors. In fact, I think it's a lot of the right-wingers that start these rumors, and then the left feeds into it and spreads the same bullshit propaganda, and I don't think that helps. I don't think that helps the other side. I don't think it helps the anti-MAGAs. Right? We need to be a little more responsible about what we're reporting. Maggie, thank you so much for the Lions, man. That's one of my pet peeves about this app, actually, and you know I don't do that. Win Maggie in the chat on the Lions, man. We need one more. That will never be my fucking style. Y'all know that. Y'all are doing amazing. Mama Cat, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Could be, Dia. Yeah, could be. You never know, Dia. But like, you know me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to tell the truth. It doesn't matter to me. Like, if somebody tries to report me, it is what it is. Yeah, it's a fucking ugly story. It's a terrible story. Anthony, thank you so much for the heart me. But I'm not going to stop talking about it. These survivors need their fucking stories heard. Thank you, Obstinate. And if I come across something, if I come across something that's not adding up and shit smells fishy, we know a lot of shit is smelling fishy related to these Epstein files and who knew Ghislaine and who knew fucking Schmeppies. It seems like no one knew him. Even his best friends didn't know him. Nobody met him, even in pictures with him. It's crazy how nobody knows dick about fuck all of a sudden. I've never seen him. I've never known him. Even though he was like one of the wealthiest dudes in New York, running with the wealthiest people in New York, tied to Chase Bank, was one of the wealthiest fucking investors at Chase Bank. Nobody knew shit about him, apparently. Donna, thank you so much. It's crazy how people just selective amnesia. Donna, thank you for the thumbs up. Anyway, I know, again, that a lot of us met, not a lot of us, but some of us met in that community, and we have relationships. But that was not a great interview. Journey, thank you so much. It was a great interview by Tara Palmeri. Wasn't great on the other side. Right? Journey, thank you so much. What's up, Mama Cat, right? Oh, thank you, everybody on the beautiful Lions mains. That's amazing. I appreciate that right now. I just found it incredibly telling. I was like, wow, like something is not adding up. Something is not right here. But I thought it was a fascinating interview. How about we do this? Let's do 7 good afternoons up in here. Anybody, anything that you like in that gallery, drop it like it's hot. We're going to be on for about 30 more minutes, and then we're going to pop off. But yeah, I just get captivated because I want to know everybody. I don't care if you're a Democrat. My eye is watering like a motherfucker. I had some red onions that I sliced up, and I think I forgot to wash my hands, so now my eye is. Thank you so much, Tiff D. I got some eye drops over here. Give me 1 second. I got to flush this eye. Do not touch your eye with a red onion after you touch one. Oh, yeah. Give me those drops. Woo! Sorry, folks. Thank you, Tiff D, for kicking us off. Got to not rub it now. All right. Anthony, thank you for the confetti. I appreciate that. So, yeah, that's been on my mind. Journey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, Comey's trying to get the case thrown out. Confetti, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Maggie, for the good afternoon. What did I eat for lunch? I cooked some Italian sausage, and I just sauteed some red onions with garlic. So that's what I was eating. But I forgot to wash my hands after I sliced up the onions, which was kind of stupid, but that's what happened. So apologies. On a lighter note today, Trump's fucking approval rating is tanking, I believe. Where was the latest poll that I saw today? A Times Siena survey shows that a majority of voters believe the Trump administration is deporting mostly the right people, even as a majority also say the process has been unfair. Shows you how dumb a lot of America or those people that are being polled truly are. 9 months into the presidency, Quad D's mass deportation campaign, registered voters largely support the idea of removing immigrants who have arrived in the country illegally. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't give a fuck. I appreciate that. Even as majorities say they feel his methods have gone too far. That's according to the latest New York Times Siena poll. Yeah. So the administration has enacted a new travel ban sought to pull temporary humanitarian protection status for hundreds of thousands of people, flown immigrants to countries where they are not from. Mass appeal. Thank you so much. I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much. Donna, thank you so much. And deployed federal law enforcement officers to Chicago, Washington, D.C., and other major cities in a made-for-TV show of force to combat crime and illegal immigration. Mama Cat, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the good afternoon. In that time, the share of voters who favor deporting migrants living in the country illegally, 54%, has remained unchanged. More than 90% of Republicans, 52% of independents, and nearly 20% of Democrats continue to broadly support the idea of deporting those here illegally. 51% said they thought the government was deporting mostly people who should be deported, while 42% said the government was deporting the wrong people. It just shows me how stupid people are. That's how it shows me. Somebody 67 years old, name is Laura Lechner. I feel there were a lot of people who were brought into the country that shouldn't have been brought into the country. She cited the record levels of migrants who entered the United States under the Biden administration. Again, they didn't enter the United States under the Biden administration. A border crossing does not mean that they remained here. That's where people get confused. I don't have any information on the cartel members that the Trump administration is deporting, none of the unalivers that they are deporting, none of the SAers. Yeah, people are really dumb in this country. Thank you so much for that last good afternoon. And that's the problem. Maggie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's the fucking problem. A lot of people are so uninformed and don't even work to get the correct data. That's what is frustrating to me. Like, learn what the fuck is going on, right? That's what I say. We've got fucking... Should I go back to the autumn leaves? I actually really like this one because I love the fall. I'm doing great on the pumpkin pies. Fall is like my favorite time. The weather starts to cool down. It's cooled down to like 90 degrees out here. Yes, 90 is cooling down for us. We got the autumn leaves up top, 5 of them. It's one of my favorite ones in here along with the African Night. If you have not seen the African Night, it's fucking spectacular. It's called a night. And just go in there and you'll see me in my knight in shining armor on a horse. That's me. It's my own TikTok gift. Maggie, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. I love that one. Drop that Maggie sticker in the chat. Thank you, Marissa, on the autumn leaves. Win Marissa in the chat. I love that one. CJ, how fucking cool is that? That's a fucking cool ass. That's a cool animation. Patty, thank you so much. Drop the Patty sticker. Drop the Mom and Marissa sticker. Drop the Maggie sticker. Drop 50 dubs in the chat for all of them. I appreciate you so much. Y'all are doing amazing. So these people, these Republicans are saying removing them is the right thing to do. Not when they're not actually fucking committing crimes. Why wouldn't the right thing to do? Patty, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. Win Patty again. Drop that Patty sticker. Why wouldn't the right thing to do be give them legal citizenship pathways? If they are not committing crimes, if they are working, paying taxes, trying to own property, contributing certain aspects of their culture into the United States, wouldn't the right thing to do be helping them get citizenship, a legal pathway to citizenship? Wouldn't that be a better thing than just remove them to their country in which they have no opportunities? Wouldn't a better thing to do is like help these people? Don't you think that's like a better idea? It's a better idea to me. I don't know. It's a better idea to me. Sad to me. Sad to me that that's like the position we go with. Isn't it fucking sad? Yeah, exactly, Mr. Incognito. You're right. But that's what's sad to me. One other thing I wanted to talk about today, too. We're going to be out here for about 20 more minutes, so keep it going. I'm going to come back tonight. Remember, at night, no politics. So we're just going to fucking hang out at night. What's up, Kirby? Yeah, how about like if you are going to remove them from their country, why not like take them to their country of origin? Like why would you fucking deport somebody to a country that they're not from and never been to? Like how does that make any sense? Right lessons? I know. Y'all are doing amazing. One more autumn leaves, folks, and then we'll drop it down to like maybe a little night helmet. Y'all are fucking doing so awesome. I appreciate you. 0 cents, Journey. They're mean. I know. Laura Loomer. If you don't know Laura Loomer, Calypso, I got to make sure that I find that. I need to permanently take a fucking picture of Laura Loomer. Anyway, she is the conservative, I don't want to say influencer, but she is an influencer on the fucking administration. She also is the star of the Saw movies. She also plays Jigsaw in her regular life. So when she's not influencing conservative policy or conservative agenda, she's usually doing the Saw movies. We don't need a picture of Laura Loomer. You don't need it again. She actually said that Trump better not fucking pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Even she's saying you better not do this. Saw 28. Yeah, Saw 28. It's going to be in theaters near you. Laura Loomer dumping his ended free speech comments today. I didn't even hear it, Kirby. I tend not to listen to him. I just will read. I'll read transcripts, but I'm not interested in listening to his lies. I don't think they're productive. So I'll read it, but like I can't hear his voice a bunch. Even though I do the impression, I'm getting pardon requests from everybody. Even Sean, I call him Puffy. I call him Puffy, Puff Daddy. We have a similar nickname. People also call me Puffy for very different reasons. Some people call me the State Puff Marshmallow Man. Some people call me Puffy Cankles because they're filled with Duke's mayo. So Puffy, the voice makes you sick. I know. So we have something in common, but he's even asking me for a pardon. He's even asking me for a pardon. So even Laura Loomer is now saying he better not fucking pardon. Laura Loomer, this is according to The Hill, yesterday, and if you don't know Laura Loomer, just look up. I'll do the side-by-side. It is Halloween, so I feel like we should show her flowers because she does have one of the scariest fucking faces in all of the land. So we probably should show her face at some point. It is Halloween month. So we got like, I got to give flowers when flowers are due. You don't believe any of them strategy? Don't. Mass Appeal said don't. Right-wing activist Laura Loomer, a longtime ally of Quad D, cautioned the Trump administration against issuing a pardon to Ghislaine Maxwell, the former associate, we know who it is, of Jeffrey Schmeppes. In a post on the True Social platform, Loomer warned that there would be no coming back if the president issues a pardon. I strongly advise against anyone lobbying the Trump admin and the DOJ to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell, Loomer said Monday. Do not do it. Marissa, thank you so much for the autumn leaves. Imagine how fucking bad these files are. Imagine how much information she has if he actually gives her a pardon. I never want to hear MAGAs talk about children, underage girl, family, women. I never want to hear any of this shit again if he pardons her. I don't want to hear it anyway. Taryn, thank you so much for the roses. But if he grants this woman a pardon, this fucking monster who survivors, actually Virginia Gouffre is unalive now, who certain victims said was worse than Jeffrey Schmeppes himself, if he gives her a fucking pardon, we know how bad those files truly are. We know how much information she actually has on this motherfucker. We're going to do 11 night helmets right now. We're going to do lucky 13, actually. We got 13 night helmets up top. Thank you, and thank you, One Love. I appreciate it, One Love, on the shares. We're going to be on for about 20 more minutes, and then we're going to pop off. We've got my beautiful my little night mask above my head. My eye is finally feeling better. That was burning like a motherfucker. Red onion like a motherfucker. Crystal, Mama Cat, thank you so much for the African night. I love that. Doesn't that look like the exact night helmet that I'm holding in my logo at the top left? How cool is it that they're giving me my own gifts in the kingdom? Yeah, I always say survivors, but sometimes I do slip up. Mr. Incognito, thank you so much. So I apologize if I do slip up. Thank you so much, Maggie. I always mean to say survivors, so if I ever say victims, just make sure you correct me. I'm always trying to get better and learn and grow. So if I ever mess up, Denise, thank you so much. Y'all are doing amazing. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Mr. Incognito. Thank you, David. So Trump said again, I played the clip. We'll take a look at it. I'll speak to the DOJ. Marissa, thank you for the night helmet. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. Well, you either consider it or you not consider it. There's two options. So either you are considering a pardon or you're not. You can't consider it and not consider it at the same time. How fucking stupid does that sound? Thank you, Mountain Man of Baseball, for the night helmet. I appreciate that. I don't know anything about it. Sure you don't. Go talk to your deputy AG, who was also your personal attorney. His name is Todd Blanche, because he went to talk to Ghislaine for almost 10 hours across 2 days. So if you don't know anything about it, simply go ask your former personal attorney. Kirsten, thank you, also the deputy AG of the DOJ. Yes, you can just ask him. Kirsten, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Kirsten. Win Kirsten in the chat. Asked why she might deserve clemency, Trump responded, a lot of people have asked me for pardons, including Sean Diddy Combs. We call him Puffy. We call him Puff Daddy. But she was convicted of child, I don't want to say that, of Schmeck's ticking. Caitlin Collins said, yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at it, Trump said. I'd have to ask the DOJ. I didn't know they rejected it. Now he's talking about the Supreme Court. What's up, Tiff? I didn't know she was even asking for it, frankly. Yeah, you did. Because you set Todd Blanche to go interview her. So you most certainly fucking know. You most certainly know that she was asking for it. That would be virtually impossible for you to not know that she was asking for it. That's fucking wild. That's wild fucking behavior. Todd Blanche talked to her for 10 hours and her attorney said, we're seeking to have this fucking conviction vacated. Like, they actually said it less than 2 months ago. Yeah. Maxwell, again, she's serving a 20-year prison sentence, now in a prison camp in Texas, after she was found guilty again of conspiring with and aiding Schmeppes in essay of underage girls. Again, she fucking participated in it. Not just aided, she actually did it, okay? The Supreme Court on Monday declined to review her conviction, of course. David, thank you for the popular. Loomer has been critical of Bondi's handling of the Schmeppes documents and told Politico earlier this summer that a special counsel had been appointed so that people can feel like this issue is being investigated and perhaps take it to Bondi's hands because I don't think she has been transparent or done a good job handling the issue. The administration already pushed back against that and said there will not be a fucking special investigation into that or a special counsel. She was already convicted. She's also expressed concern that the case could threaten to consume his presidency. Yeah. David, thank you so much, David. I appreciate you. Win David in the chat. Thank you, David. I greatly appreciate you on the African night. That's my own. They've designed 2 special gifts for me. This night mask and my full armor on a horse. They're fucking both awesome. So I appreciate it. The one on the horse is just, it's like a fucking movie. It's amazing. Win David in the chat. So what we do tonight, in about 15 minutes, I'm going to sign off. What we do at night is we come back and we kind of just fucking chill and hang out. Last night we had some great laughs. We were making fun of Pam Bondi's face and how she didn't answer any fucking questions. And we don't necessarily talk politics. I actually prefer not to. So you'll probably see Coach Shauna come into the picture tonight. She's missed you. Of course, I miss my queen. She's back now. And we'll fucking hang out and have fun. By the way, I made chicken marsala last night. Shauna will come out here and vouch for me either now or later tonight. That was some of the best marsala I made in my fucking life. Thank you, One Love. And One Love, if you come back tonight, you're going to meet my wife. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's ethnic. She's gorgeous. She's amazing inside and out. She's awesome. So she has to fight the MAGA men off that often ask me out on dates. She has to let them know I'm the queen in here. But what I did with the chicken marsala last night, I used bone-in. Thank you. I don't give a fuck for the night helmet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, One Love. She's gorgeous. She's A1. She is A1. She's A1. She's just like the steak sauce. Actually, comparing your woman to steak sauce, not good. Not what you want to do. But she's A1 category. So let's put it that way. Well, the puppies. Oh yeah, the puppies, like, they fucking whimper. They jump up in the air. Yeah, she does have to fight the MAGA men off. They love me. They love the Milano cookie. They love me. You know what? I've always hated these Milanos, but I really love you. What time tomorrow? I fucking hate you. You're the worst. Tej, thank you so much for the night helmet. You're the fucking worst ever. I hate you. What time tonight? I'll be back. Maggie, thank you so much. We didn't have too many of those today. I like it. 2 more helmets. We didn't have too many of those today, did we? It was great. I fucking hate Dr. Fauci. I fucking hate you and the jab. You're the worst. You use foul language. You always curse. And you can't be bi. You can't be 2 things. Marissa, thank you so much for the night helmet. Win Marissa in the chat on the night helmet. Y'all are awesome. I like these. These are great. M. Renee, thank you for the night helmet. Did y'all hit that? Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much. I think you hit that goal. We're going to do one more. We got 10 minutes. So I'll just pick something else that we haven't seen yet today. And the African night, though, that's my shit. By the way, Lion Uni, we got to light that up by the weekend. So let's do that. Thank you for the night helmet. I appreciate that. Autumn Leaves is so awesome. I love when we have options. When we have options in here, we got the Maple Bear back. We got the Jerry the Giraffe. We got the Bloomin' Ribbons. We got everything. We got the Prince. I could go with the Prince. I like the Prince, too. So many cool things in here. The Pirate's hat, the Flamingo, the Naughty Chicken. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Keep them coming. I'm just trying to pick one thing to go out on here. We don't have to go huge or anything. I'm just trying to get something. Everything. Am I getting tomatoes thrown at me right now? Thank you for the tomatoes getting thrown at me. I appreciate that so much. I love tomatoes. I made a spicy tomato sauce. I love them. They're coming in at a rapid rate. I'm trying to catch the tomatoes, but I can't see them because I'm trying to pick something. What do y'all want to do? Oh, carousel is in here. This is like one of the coolest. This is seriously one of the coolest gift boxes that we have. We got the gorilla. We got the black bear. We got everything. We got fucking everything in here. Fuck. We got the fucking octopus in this motherfucker. We got an octopus. We got pyramids. This might be the biggest fucking toolbox. That's not what Stormy said. This is not the biggest tool I've ever seen. This is the biggest gift box I think I've seen. We got so much shit in here. I don't know what to do, folks. Let's do some amazing bears because I think y'all are amazing. 5 amazing bears. We'll pick some other shit tonight. No battles right now. Deb, thank you so much. 600. Everybody didn't get your. I've been getting restricted. How about my live restriction is still on? No, they took it off. No, it's still on. That's fucked up. That's okay. Once I get off. We still had 300 people in here, Mama Cat. Like, it was still good, right? Let's get up to 350,000. Let's knock out these 5 amazing bears. Stormy said it was a mushroom. Stormy said I was like the 1 minute man and that I had a baby portobello mushroom. Not good in the bedroom department. Not good in the satisfaction department. Not good. Some people are saying not good is what people are saying, and my merkin is not good, and I'm losing pubes at a profuse rate. We're like Pun, the big Punisher they called him. I'm a little bigger than a big Pun, but it's like little brown hairs everywhere. You nasty twin, I don't care. I believe that's how the song goes, and my pubes are spreading profusely around the house right now. They're shedding. It's fall. They're shedding just like the autumn leaves. So disgusting. But this is what they look like. They're all over the place. Just like Big Punisher said. And I believe the song was, I don't want to be a player no more. I believe that's what it was. Disgusting. Thank you so much, Maggie. So disgusting. I got some new Merkin tape. Stress shedding. Thank you, Maggie. That's, I wasn't losing hairs until we really started talking about these Epstein files. And once the files started getting talked about, little brown hairs everywhere. Little reddish brown hairs, blonde hairs everywhere. You nasty twin. As soon as Epstein came out, hairs everywhere. Disgusting. Go Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to win tonight, too. And I think it's going to go 5. And then I don't know what's going to happen in game 5. I think they got, you can't with me? Thank you, Moon. Little brown hairs everywhere. You nasty twin. I don't care. You nasty half. I don't care. So, yeah, this was a good show today. I had fun. GT pointed out hair in his jacket in a video yesterday. Did he? Bree, is he he's stress shedding right now? I don't really have that problem, Bree. We get a fresh shave about every 2 days, so I don't have that problem. I love being bald too out here. I got to tell you, you're bald. That's what MAGA say to me too. They think that I don't know that I'm bald. You're bald. Yes, I am, and I got to tell you, I love being bald, especially in Arizona because it's 95 degrees until about January, and then it's like 82. So. I realize how much I love being bald in Arizona. It's fucking great. Thank you, One Love. I appreciate that. I do have fun, but I love my bald head. And I think it's a good shape, too. So I don't have one of those weird heads. So I like it. But in Arizona, Mass Appeal knows. All my Arizona people in here, it's crazy. Yeah, we're supposed to get a ton of rain. We had so much rain in September. And we're supposed to get more rain over the weekend. I think we're supposed to get like 2 inches, which is a lot for us. So, yeah, we're preparing for the rain. We need it, though. But the problem is these weeds, they grow so fast with this rain. So I love the rain because we actually need it here. But, like, fuck, for weed maintenance kind of sucks. Virginia, too, Moon. Building the ark, right? That's what did they tell you, Wendy? Flood warning? Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, well, we're kicking off the Yankee game. Leadoff double for Springer. I'd love to shave my head to see what it feels like. Well, I can tell you myself that my bald head feels great, so I like it. Coach Shauna loves it too, so that's all that really matters for me. I know, that's what I use, Mass Appeal. We're using 2 things, that Roundup, and we're using what's the other one? In the area where the dogs are, we use this I think it's called Spruce. It's like organic, and that works too. They both work. Oh, really, Wendy? Well, I'm sorry that you've had to go through that. Damn, Wendy, that's a lot. Well, I hope you're doing better now. I think that you're saying you went through chemo treatment. I hope that you're doing better now. If I'm interpreting that correctly, not bad. Okay, well I'm glad that it's not bad for you. So that's great for you. And we're with you. This is a family here. M. Renee, thank you for the greeting heart. I appreciate you. I wonder if Pam Bondi is she's still making the same face. I can show you the face. She's still making the same face. I just have the face pause now too. She's still making the same face. Hold on. Why is it not flipping the camera? There it is. Sorry, folks. That's her answer. Who did the face better than she did? Me, I think. I think I did it better. Look at it. Not a no. You, thank you, One Love. That's not a response to a question, folks. That's not a response. That's not a response. That's not a response to a question. I'm sorry, it's not a response. It's just not. I saw the Tigers win today. Yeah, going to game 5. Oh, the question was about her seeing FBI pictures of Trump with, let's say, young girls with a lack of clothing on. Let's talk about that. And that was her response. No, nothing. I did her face first. Like I want to give a spot on Hollywood or television. Nuh-uh. No. She didn't even give you a nuh-uh. Just fucking look and not answering the question. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on right now. I just watched a video of the paperwork zoomed in. It was scripted responses, of course. Crazy, Charmin. That was her response. Didn't give a no. Didn't say anything. Just sat there fucking blank. I can play the audio since I can't play fucking video, apparently. Because I get restricted. I don't get restricted for showing her ass. But as soon as I talk about the schmeppies, And Katie Johnson, I get fucking restricted, of course. This is the question.
Who claimed Jeffrey Epstein showed them to him. You don't know anything about that. Okay.
That was her response. Silence. And that face. Isn't that crazy? That's wild. Jason, thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate that. All right, folks, let's get these 4 more amazing bears, and I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go eat a snack. And, I'm going to go give the pups a snack, and then I'll be back in like 2 hours. And we'll have our night live. I won't be restricted for the night live, thankfully. So let's knock out 4 amazing bears. We live in an alternate reality for sure. She just didn't answer questions. And then the White House was like, yeah, we loved her performance. Well, of course. She didn't fucking answer anything. You would love the performance, of course. She didn't answer a question. I'm sure you did love the performance. Thank you, Jason, for the I love you so much. I appreciate you. So today we went over the Comey thing. The Comey's attorneys are trying to get the case dismissed. I think they actually have a great chance at it. We talked about the Cohen interview with, what's her name? Tara Palmeri, about his knowledge of the Katie Johnson case. You can take what you want from that interview, but I gave you my take. Coffee, thank you so much for the amazing bear. I appreciate that. We talked about Laura Loomer saying that giving pardon to Ghislaine Maxwell would be a significant blow to the Trump administration. Yeah, no shit. We talked about polling on immigration. Those are the things. Tara Palmeri. Yeah, that was awesome. I'll put that on the Discord, too. If you're not on the Discord, come join it. I put all my articles there, video clips, even fucking Pam Bondi's on there. Whew. It's tiring, isn't it? It's exhausting. So that's what we talked about. And tonight, we'll fucking come out. We'll just hang out and chat. No debates, no MAGAs. The good thing is when we start speaking facts and playing audio clips, these fucking MAGAs disappear, which I fucking love. I love not seeing MAGA in the chat. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's such a pleasure when I don't have to see these MAGAs. It's such a pleasure. Saw you guilty without saying you say you guilty without saying you guilty, right? Crazy work. Crazy. So 3 more amazing bears. Y'all got me to 350,000 likes, so I greatly appreciate that. Maybe you'll see Coach Shauna tonight. Johnny's on. But I'm restricted, so I'm not going to challenge Johnny to a battle. Usually, if Johnny's on at this hour, that's when we will battle him, because we actually have people in here. So Johnny is going to try to get us at like 9:30 in the morning. Nah. Go get powered up. I'm going to get powered up for sure. So 3 more amazing bears. Then I'm going to take a break, snack, workout, and we'll be back in like 2 hours, okay? We already got dinner made. We got so much leftovers from chicken marsala last night. Oh, I was telling you about that. So what I did differently this time, I've never made, it's always when I cook chicken marsala, I always use boneless, skinless chicken breasts from our butcher, which are awesome. I do a lot of reading on recipes and fucking chefs. And a lot of chefs I've been reading are they're using like chicken thighs for recipes right now, because the chicken meat is a little more tender and it's richer. It's dark meat. And so I tried that with the chicken marsala. And y'all, some of you that were with me last night saw like they were giant chicken thighs with the legs attached too. And this was like the best chicken marsala. And I'm like a master on the chicken marsala. But it was like you watch Zeus in the morning? Yeah, Zeus is awesome. I just don't watch politics in the morning like that, because I do it during the day, and I consume so much and like putting into the show too, that there are periods of time during the day. Morning is one of them. I can't watch politics or listen about Trump when I wake up in the morning, and I can't go to sleep talking about Trump or listening to Trump at night. So that's why my range, I prepare at night in terms of like getting the articles, getting the video clips ready. But in terms of morning and night, those are my times to be like away from politics. But if I see Zeus on, I might pop in for like 2 minutes, because I do like Zeus a lot. He's awesome. Shout out Zeus. He comes in here sometimes. But anyway, I used these chicken thighs last night at Marsala, and it came out so rich, and I spiced the fuck out of it, so I know what I'm doing. But the chicken was so tender. Why would I ruin my coffee time? Exactly. It was so tender. It was so fucking good. Like, and Shauna was like, thank you for like, this was the best. Like, I came home to this. And she ate it for dinner. Baby, when I'm at the grocery store, I only buy chicken thighs whenever it has bone or not bone. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, whether it has bone or not good. Yeah, so this was bone-in chicken thighs with the leg, and it was so good. So I'm going to do that every fucking time. Everything. I'm going to do that every time. So, yeah, just so rich and so good. So we have leftovers from that. Lenny Soul is really good too. I think I might have seen him before, Vicky, but I honestly do not explore a lot of other political lives like One Love knows, Lisa Michelle knows. They'll catch me in there maybe a couple times a week in RTP in the morning, but it's not too early for me. Like when RTP comes on, I don't go in there and see him until like 10 a.m., which is all right because I'm getting ready for my show. But I don't even listen to him the full way through just because if MAGAs want to debate him or something or get stupid in the chat, I just can't fucking listen to these idiots. But that's about it. If I catch somebody, it's usually him, but that's usually a couple times a week too, like not every day because I prepare and put so much into this that I need my time off too. So I work out, I cook, we listen to music. But I know there's a lot of good creators on our side, anti-MAGA creators that are on our side of things, on the right side of history. So I do appreciate all the work that a lot of them do. But I just can't let it consume me like all day. Like it's too much. Until those cankles burst. Now, when those cankles burst, we're going to be electric sliding as a community. We might be electric sliding for 6 hours. When that day comes, I'll be on this bitch, celebrating in every fucking life. But until then, I got to make sure that my mental health is good. And the past couple nights, we haven't talked politics at night at all, and it's been so positive for my mind. So we're going to stick with that, you know? We'll stick with that. Yep. And we got a couple practice battles in last night, so Tiff is gloved up. Marissa's got a timer. Patty's gloved up. So if we get challenged over the next couple nights, we'll be ready. And then I'll probably mix Shauna in, maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow night to just run a couple practice, get a couple more gloves. Because y'all love seeing my wife on camera too. She goes live. She'll be live tomorrow too, I'm sure, because she hasn't been live because she was in Hawaii. So she'll be. Now I know I want to change my time to you having fun. Oh yeah, you can come in at night too. Yeah, come in at night. Today wasn't bad though because we covered the stories, and I'm always going to cover the current events and stories too. But we didn't really even address. We didn't have to address any fucking MAGA mush brain today. TikTok keeps blocking your comments. Oh, yeah, they do that too, Charmin. So what happens if you're getting a blocked comment? I won't see your comment. Okay, so like, what's up, Dad? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for coming in. We're signing off here pretty soon. So if you get a blocked comment, what's going to happen is you're going to see it, but I'm not. And you're just going to have trouble like posting it. So if you try to continuously post it and it won't post, that means it's getting blocked by TikTok. And I can't see it. So it has nothing to do with me. Don't think that I'm like avoiding it. I just can't see it because they're blocking it. So it's not me. Yep. Just know that. Just a little FYI. It's happened to me. It even happened to me in coaches in my wife's live. It's crazy. 2 more amazing bears up top, folks, and then we're going to sign off and take a break. So I just need 2. We got about 160 people in here. I love Jay. Oh, Jay's awesome. Yeah, Jay. Well, I mean, everybody's got their own style. I love Good Trouble too. Like people that see me in Good Trouble late at night, I'll go in there randomly and I'll pop up in his box maybe once a month or once every couple months. But I like creators to do their own things and use their own personality. And that's one of the cool things and unique things about this app is that you can put your own personality and touch and whatever style you have. Like everybody knows, I'm me. I'm unapologetically me. I'm not going to change for anyone. I don't give a fuck. But I'm very well educated on politics, political science, government, international politics, international business, and I have a passion for politics and giving people the truth. I'm someone that loves truth and facts and sources and information. How do you know if your comment gets blocked? I feel good when I leave here every time. Thank you, One Love. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you found us. Taz, I think when your comment gets blocked, you try to post it, and it will just remain, in your text box. Like, it will just come back. Like, it won't let you post. Or it might say something, too, like, comment couldn't be posted. It tells you that it couldn't be posted. So, I've had it happen to me. It's annoying as fuck. But it happens. So, anyway, sorry about the live visibility restricted. That's because of an interview. Sometimes it fucking happens. I don't give a fuck. We had about 400 people in here when it happened. Shit happens. I'm not going to stop. Like, people that want to fucking know the truth are going to stay here and listen to it. So it is what it is. Yep. Donna, thank you so much. 2 more amazing bears, folks. Who wants to help out in the last 2? And then I'm going to go get a workout and get a snack. And then we'll be back in 2 hours. So we need 2 more. We got about 160 people in here. Should be easy. It's not a huge one. The reason that we got to meet the goals. Thank you so much, Maggie. Maggie, I know you're amazing. Meeting each one of these goals helps you get pushed out in the For You page. It will actually work against some of this live restriction. Thank you, Coffee. Dubs Coffee, Win Pedals on the popular too. Win Coffee, Win Maggie. Thank you so much. You'll see me there. Awesome. So we'll see you in 2 hours. I love you. Oh, he just ended another war. Which one was that? I haven't heard of any. Win Coffee in the chat. I appreciate you. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the heart me's. Thank you for the new subscriptions. Thank you for the animations. Thank you for the donations. Y'all were incredible. I never take you for granted. I thank you every day for coming in and listening with me, laughing with me when we need to laugh, taking things seriously when we need to be serious, and just showing love to me, the pups, my wife, this live, each other. It means a lot to me. So I never take you for granted. I appreciate everything that you do, from every share to every tap to every heart me to every laugh. Thank you. Okay? This is a family. This family is nothing without you. You are a huge part of this. So thank you so much. And we're going to keep rocking out. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If I do see you, we'll see you in 2 hours. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Love y'all. Thank you for all you do. Peace. We'll see you later. Okay? Love y'all. Later, everyone.